What's happening? What's happening with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go talking that boxing again. What's happening with y'all? What it do? What it do? Mr. Mechanical in the building. What's happening with it? And when y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all smash on my like button. Hit the like button. And Mr. Mechanical, definitely DMV in the building and rest in heaven to my brother Batman. You know what I'm saying? Rest easy to my brother Batman. Tavares Harris, what's happening with it? Yeah, yes, sir. We sure gonna enjoy this weekend. Next ESPN. Salute. Oh, yeah. We smoking them you know what I'm saying? We smoking them Kambosos packs all weekend. Big Tony, what's happening with it? Picasso, what it do? Salute. Love him down, Gaither, what's happening with it? Chino Figueroa, what's happening with it? Yeah, like I said, as y'all come in the building, smash on that like button, cause we finna cook today. You know, lot of things to talk about. What is Jermall Charlo finna do next? What his next move gonna do? Cause Costa Zoo, you know what I'm saying? He want that work. Tim Zoo, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. But Tim Zoo want that work. And they ordering Jermall Charlo and Tim Zoo to fight. But we knew that was coming. We knew Jermall Charlo was going, you know what I'm saying, be ordered to fight Tim Zoo and defend that strap. You feel me? So what is he gonna do? Is Jermall Charlo gonna move up in weight? Or is Jermall Charlo going, stay down at 154 and defend his strap at least one more time? He got some decisions to make. Because, EJ, Errol Spence is coming up to 154 real soon. And Jermall Charlo, he already said he going to move over. He going to move up when Errol Spence comes to the weight division. Now, his best bet, if he do want to stay at 154 for a little bit longer and, stand on his throne and defend them straps, his best bet is for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford to have a trilogy or at least two fights, because that should have carried out for some time. I don't know. We got to see, you know what I'm saying? We got to wait for Bud to sign the contract. But like I said, I think it's going to go down. Ain't no way out. But Jermall Charlo, that's a good fight with him and Tim Zoo. But I see him stopping Tim Zoo. Because if Tim Zoo got hurt bad, he got hurt and damn near stopped by Terrell Goucher. And Terrell Goucher don't hit near as hard as Jermall Charlo do. And he not the fighter that Jermall Charlo is. Jay Chestnut, what's happening with it? Daryl Deloach, what it do? Broderick Hunter, what it do with it? Picasso say, Maul or Mel? No, I'm talking about Mel. I'm talking about Jermall at 154. Yeah, I would like to see that fight too. I show Jay Chestnut. I want to see that fight too. Jermall Charlo and Fundora. That's a tough fight. I know Knockout love that fight. You know what I'm saying? Knockout, he fuck with Fundora heavy. What's happening with it? Knockout Boxing 86 TV in the building. What it do? But you know what I'm saying? Mel got some decisions to make. Is he gonna move up to 160? Because 160 really wide open. Let's look at 160. Who at 160 can really beat Mel? You know what I'm saying? We gonna leave his brother out the equation. But who at 160 can really beat Mel? We know Golovkin ain't gonna fight him. Chris Eubank can't fuck with Mel. Chris Eubank can't fuck with Mel. You know what I'm saying? He's a name. That's a good fight. Uh, Jaime Munguia, you know what I'm saying? He's a fraud. He ain't even gonna try to fuck with Mel. Who else at 160? Um, Shit, 160 thin. You know what I'm saying? 160 hella thin. Knockout say Jan. I know knockout. Knockout. He heavy on that Janabek shit, but knockout. I ain't hear you talk about all them motherfucking blisters and big ass pimples on Janabek's back though. I know you love Janabek, but you ain't said not one thing about all them motherfucking pimples on his back. Like that nigga ain't on steroids. Like I said last week, how do you got a back full of acne, but you don't got not one pimple on your face? Yeah, we holding Janabek's feet to the fire. Don't act like you ain't see that knockout. I know that's your boy. In Janabek, you know what I'm saying? He looked good, although he didn't fight nobody. Dude he fought with some trash. You know what I'm saying? He went in there to get a paycheck and lay down. But Janabek, that shit wasn't right. Like I said last time, man, that boy had all that damn acne on his back and didn't have one bump on his face. Something ain't right about that. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, Janabek got skills though. He got skills. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a fight. Jermall Charlo, he ain't gonna fight no Janabek because first off, you know, Janabek over there with Top Rank. That ain't a big enough fight for Top Rank and PBC to link up and, you know what I'm saying, make it happen. So that fight ain't gonna happen for sure. Hey, Knockout said he fell in some poison ivy. Hey, that's his story and that's what he's sticking with. Bruh, Joey Chaz, we not talking about Jermall Charlo. We talking about Jermall Charlo. If he move up to 154, to 160, who is there for Jermall Charlo to fight? And y'all hit my like button. Y'all smash on the like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash on the like button for me. If you come in the building, you ain't hit the like button, smash on the like button. Money Brown TV in the building. What's happening with it, Money? What it do? But yeah, like who Jermall Charlo? Who can fuck with Jermall Charlo at 160? You know what I'm saying? That's a possible fight to be made. Jermall Charlo got tougher competition staying down at 154. 160, that shit a walk. That shit is a breeze. Everybody then went up to 168. Ain't nothing at 160. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, ain't nobody that could fuck with Jermall Charlo if he decide to move at 160. He'll take that shit over real quick. Knockout say PBC ain't really got no smoke. G.I. Savage says Jermall should rematch Tony Harrison and Castano. They 1-1. First of all, him and Castano ain't 1-1. They 1-0. Jermall 1-1 and Castano ain't won nothing. That ain't 1-1. A draw, that you nullify a draw. Even if you betting, right? Even if you go to the bookies and you bet. If the match is a draw, you get your bread back. It's like the fight never happened. So no, it's not 1-1. Now him and Tony Harrison is 1-1. But I think if you have a very, very close decision where the fight could have been either way with him and Tony Harrison, and then you come back and you knock out your opponent, ain't nothing else to rematch. And I fuck with Tony Harrison heavy, but you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else to rematch. He went ahead and you settled the score. Sylvester 2011, what's happening with it? Hamilton still say, Castano won the first fight. No way you can get 6 or 7 rounds to Jermall. You can't tell me what I can give him because I didn't have Castano winning that first fight. I scored the fight a draw. And I thought the referees did it. I thought the
Yeah, the judges scored the fight. I thought they did a great job in scoring that fight because that was a fight. That was one fight that you could actually say was a draw, and I had it scored a draw just like they did. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me ain't no way I could give him 6 or 7 rounds. I gave him 6 rounds. I had it a draw. You know what I'm saying? That was a draw to me. And the second fight, we not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? What is we worried about when Jermall Charlo went and put that man dick in the dirt? You know what I'm saying? We still talking about the first fight when Jermall Charlo went and beat the shit out of him the second fight and knocked him out. I ain't gonna say beat the shit out of him, but he knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said he would. I told everybody, I said they rematch. When they rematch, Jermall Charlo gonna knock his ass out. Because he could have knocked him out the first time. He just didn't press on the gas. So ain't nothing else to talk about. Ain't nothing else to rematch. You know what I'm saying? If it's controversy and we run it back and I knock your ass clean out, ain't nothing else to talk about. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like Batman would say, that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all, Slim. But yeah. I mean, I didn't think Jamel like I said, I thought it was a draw. Um, Knockout Boxing say he should fight Tim Zoo since they mandated to fight, then fight Sebastian Fedora since he Mando in the WBC. That's legendary shit. To me, right? To me, I think that Jermall Charlo has already done legendary shit in 154. At 154, to me, Jermall Charlo has already done legendary shit at 154. But everybody in the building, won't y'all do some legendary shit right now and hit my like button? Do me a favor and do some legendary shit and hit my like button. Um, but yeah, Jermall Charlo to me, I think he already did legendary shit because y'all got to look at it like this, right? It never stops. Like Blue Blood say, the grind don't stop. It'll never stop. So, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be, okay, well, he needs to fight this person. He needs to fight this person. Well, if he fight this person, man, that's going to solidify him forever. But, well, now he fought him and beat him. He needs to fight. He needs to basically, you know what I'm saying? He need to move up. My thing, I mean, I don't mind him fighting Fundora or Tim Zoo, but I don't see no reason why he got to stay and fight both of them. You feel me? Because he's done. Yeah, I mean, he didn't did it all at 154. Look at the hitters he got on his resume. OTB Boxing Class 101. What it do? Class is now in session. What's happening with it? Uh, Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. What it do? Well, G.I. Savage, I'm not finna let you come in here and shit on what Jermall Charlo did at 154. Name me somebody that did better within the past 8 years. Name me somebody that did better than Jermall Charlo did at 154 in the past 8 years. In 154 wasn't no weak division. If you think 154 was a weak division, you don't know shit about boxing. First of all, it shows that, bro, you ain't even comprehend somebody that did better than Jermall Charlo did at 154 in the last 8 years, and you said Terrence Crawford. But I rest my case right there. I rest my case right there. This man just told me Terrence Crawford. But and y'all go sub to my man OTB Boxing Class 101. Y'all go sub. I'm just like I said. I'm gonna leave that off right there. I ain't even gonna talk about the Jermall Charlo in 154-pound division no more because I told this man right now to name me somebody in the last 8 years that did better than what Jermall Charlo did at 154, and my man told me Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that note and go to the next topic. Uh, man, man, but Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua, You feel me? Anthony Joshua got he got his rematch coming up, and it looked like they might fight in Saudi Arabia on July the 23rd, y'all. About a month and a half out. Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. And man, I don't like this fight. I don't like this fight for Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. I don't like this fight for Anthony Joshua at all. I really don't. You feel me? I don't like this fight for Anthony Joshua, not one bit. And y'all hit my like button. I'm finna explain and break it down why I don't like this rematch for Anthony Joshua. You feel me? What's happening with it? Ricky Williams, Mr. Make the fucking fight. Make the fight. Uh, uh, so this is why I don't like, and y'all hit my like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash on the like button. This is why I don't like the fight for Anthony Joshua, right? Because especially now that you hear Deontay Wilder is making his way back, right? Anthony Joshua, he didn't just lose to Alexander Usyk. To me, he got schooled by Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? And Alexander Usyk could have knocked him out at any time in that fight. Like he got outboxed. He got outthink. Usyk outthunk him. I mean, everything that you could think of. Usyk just outclassed him all the way around, and then could have knocked him out several times in that fight. He could have knocked him out several times in that fight. But you know, Usyk said that his corner told him to basically just, outbox him, just win the fight. Don't worry about knocking him out. And Usyk was like, man, I could have knocked him out, but my corner told me not to. My corner told me just to, stay calm, continue to do what I'm doing, and just worry about winning the fight and not knocking him out. But Usyk says, next time I go in there, I'm going to make it my duty to knock him out. I'm knocking him out next time. And I believe that. This fight is a bad fight for Anthony Joshua because I don't see Anthony Joshua winning this fight. I really don't. He's not gonna win this fight. And I'm telling y'all, Anthony Joshua can't fuck with Usyk. Usyk, he showed it. What is Anthony Joshua gonna learn? First of all, it's one thing is a mental aspect with Anthony Joshua going in against Usyk. Reason is mental is because Anthony Joshua knows he don't have a chance. He know he don't got a chance. So with that being said, he's going to go in there very cautious. You know what I'm saying? He know that if he get hit, he probably going to go to sleep. And that's in the back of his mind all the time. And when the fighter has that shit in the back of their mind, they either need to retire or move very carefully and stay away from the dogs, the real dogs in their division. And so with that being said, I don't like this fight because Anthony Joshua actually could have went into I know that's a title matchup. You know what I'm saying? That's a title bout for 3 belts on the line, but fuck all that. You've been champion. You didn't have them belts already, right? You did what you did. Now it's time for him to make the biggest fight that he could make. And the biggest fight that he could make is with Deontay Wilder. Right? But if you go and fuck up and lose to Usyk and get your ass knocked out by Usyk, that makes Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight less lucrative. Because you like, okay, well, Anthony Joshua pretty much been done. He done. He didn't got his ass knocked clean the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder, we seen what happened to him with Fury. So now that fight ain't even as lucrative as it was at one point. You feel me? He needs to stay. He should have stayed away from Usyk. It went and tried to do everything he could to make the Deontay Wilder fight now. Why it could still be a very, very big fight. But he gonna go in there and fuck up and get his ass knocked out by Usyk, and then what? And I know a lot of people saying, "Oh well, Anthony Joshua, once he get his ass beat by Usyk, him and Wilder's still a big fight." I mean, it's still a big fight because of what Wilder brings to the table, but at the end of the day, it ain't nowhere as near as big as it would be if he had to just, you know what, say, you know what, I'm gonna put this Usyk shit on hold right now, and I'm gonna go and finally get the fans what they wanted to see 5 years ago, and I'm gonna go ahead and fight Deontay Wilder. That's what he should have did. But I don't know why he have in his head that he can fuck with Usyk, because he can't. Now, if he still had that mentality that he had years ago before he got beat, if he still had the mentality to like, man, I'm a fucking wrecking ball, can't nobody beat me in the division. If he still had that confidence, he might could beat Usyk. You know what I'm saying? But he don't got that confidence no more, so it ain't happening. Chef Sosa said, "Am I crazy for thinking AJ might get stopped?" Nah, it ain't no might to it. The motherfucker getting stopped. Picasso say, "Well, let's see what AJ has learned over the past 2 years of trying to learn how to box." I mean, it don't matter what he learned, because he's never gonna learn how to box enough to be able to outbox and keep up with Usyk. Yeah, he never gonna learn how to box enough to keep up with Usyk. He's too robotic. He's too stiff. You know what I'm saying? He gets hit too easily. You know what I'm saying? His head stay right on the line. He's easy. Like, it's just a lot of shit that he do wrong to be in the ring with Usyk, or a lot of shit that I ain't even say that he do wrong, that abilities he lacks. Knockout say AJ is also going to train with Robert Garcia for this fight. Robert Garcia has trained 0 heavyweights in his training career. Right. And if that's who he decided to train with, it's like, bro, well, why are you training with Robert Garcia? Fuck Robert Garcia gonna do to you. Like, what elements, as far as you being a heavyweight and going in there against a superb boxer like Usyk, what is Robert Garcia gonna give you? Yeah, I definitely would rather see Anthony Joshua get knocked out by Wilder, because you know why? You fight Wilder, one thing we know is you're gonna get way more money than you will fight Usyk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make it make sense to everybody. You go in there and fight Wilder and get knocked out, at least you getting a much, much bigger bag to fight Wilder. And that's a much bigger fight. Real talk. Um, Mamba say, how about Wilder versus Usyk? Nah, I don't want to see that. Like I said, Anthony Joshua and Wilder, that's a great fight. I want to see that. I don't want to see Wilder versus Usyk, and I don't really want to see uh AJ versus Usyk. And I like AJ. Like, motherfuckers, I don't like how AJ, with the bullshit that he pulled, that he let Eddie Hearn talk him into when he was supposed to be negotiating with Wilder. I don't like how he moved. You know what I'm saying? Because that was some hoe ass shit. But overall, I like Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? He goofy and shit. He a motherfucking cornball, but I fuck with Anthony Joshua. I had nothing against Anthony Joshua. And I was rooting for Anthony Joshua to beat the fuck out of Usyk. And I thought Anthony Joshua was gonna beat Usyk. I ain't finna lie to you. But after seeing that fight, I see that he can't beat Usyk. Yeah, man. OTB, exactly. Robert Garcia don't teach none of the shit that none of the shit that Anthony Joshua needs in his arsenal to be able to beat, somebody like Usyk. Leon Robinson, what's happening with it? What it do? AJ, the best heavyweight resume by far. AJ has the best heavyweight resume by far. G.I. Savage says. Um, Let me see. But think about that. He beat Charles Martin. Luis Ortiz knocked out Charles Martin. Charles Martin was never that. He was never that to me. So we gonna scratch him out. And Charles Martin went in there to lay down. He got paid. He basically even said it himself. He got paid $7 million. You know what I'm saying? After basically being poor. Charles Martin didn't have no. He was doing bad before he fought AJ. Pretty much. He got paid $7 million to go in there and lay down. So can we give him that? Nope. Dillian White, trash. Motherfucking who else? Um, Andy Ruiz. I'll give him credit for Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, can you really? Because he got knocked out the first time by Andy Ruiz, and then the second time, Andy Ruiz came in there, fucking 300 and some pounds, eating pizza and shit in the locker room. You know, this motherfucker came in with fucking goddamn pizza sauce on his chest. Come on now. This motherfucker, Andrew Ruiz, came in with pizza sauce on his motherfucking chest, walking down the aisle, walking to the ring and shit. This motherfucker was still chewing. Andrew Ruiz, fat ass, was still chewing, finishing the rest of his pizza in the rematch with Anthony Joshua while he was walking to the ring and shit. Motherfucking gut bloated as hell. This motherfucker was bloated as hell. That's why, man, come on now. So can we really say that Anthony, man? So let me say who Anthony Joshua really beat that was like, okay, this motherfucker went in there and beat a dog. Who? I'm still thinking Joseph Parker. No. Goddamn. Povetkin, old ass. No. Damn. I'm lost. Klitschko. I mean, we could give him credit for Klitschko, even though, you know, Tyson Fury had already beat Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? And Klitschko had been out, 2-3 years, and he was, you know, in his 40s. Okay, we'll just give him credit for Klitschko. Klitschko was old as fuck, but other than that, who the fuck did he really beat that was, you know what I'm saying? Let me holler at Keith Sweat and ask him. Keith Sweat, who he beat? Nobody. Nobody really. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. All that shit was really smoke and mirrors with Anthony Joshua. But I still like him. I still like Anthony Joshua. But all that shit was really smoke and mirrors. He ducked Luis Ortiz. Eddie Hearn tricked Luis Ortiz into signing with him. Come over here and fuck with me. I guarantee you, we gonna give you a fight with Anthony Joshua. Tricked him. And still didn't give him that fight. So who the fuck did Anthony Joshua really beat that was like that? It got quiet because my fucking mind went blank. It got quiet because my mind went blank and I was really, really going hard in my brain. I was really trying to think hard so I could give him, because I like AJ. But I can't think of nobody. Kono Loco, what's happening with it? What it do, Kono? I really can't think of nobody. You feel me? And I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm trying to, but I can't think of nobody. Kawhi Elliott, what's happening with it? You a motherfucking lot talking about Ortiz turned down the AJ fight. Man, all I know is Ortiz was calling out AJ for years and years, and AJ didn't want that smoke. And once again, I hate to keep having to say it, for you haters in the back that'll be like, oh man, he's just hating on AJ. No, I actually like AJ. Even though he corny in the motherfucker, I like AJ. And I think that AJ had a good skill set on him. You know what I'm saying? He had some big flaws, but he had good attributes to him. He wasn't no bum. AJ wasn't no bum, but I think his confidence is the biggest thing that he lacked. Confidence and chin. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker was a heavyweight with a Amir Khan chin. That's the biggest thing. And because he has a weak chin, fucks with his confidence. You see what I'm saying? Because AJ has a super weak chin, it fucks with his confidence. You feel me? So yeah, man, I think that's this biggest thing that held AJ back from really, really being a monster. You know what I'm saying? Because his chin wasn't it. He didn't have that chin like that. He didn't have that heart, and then it fucked with his confidence, knowing that his chin wasn't gonna hold up. Hey, Bronx tell. Hey, man, I was being real with it though, for real. Hey, if shit got quiet, it got quiet in the motherfucker because my mind went blank and I was really trying to think who the fuck can I really, really give AJ credit for? Because I'm talking about like when I'm talking about like really, really give him credit for like, okay, this motherfucker, he went out there and beat such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about Evander Holyfield type, you know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I'm saying? When we look at Evander Holyfield resume, you like, okay, man, that motherfucker he beat him, he was a killer, he beat him, he fucked around in the rematch and came to beat Reddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying? We can say that shit. Even with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to give credit to Wilder for nobody, what you got to give him credit for, you got to give him credit for knocking out Luis Ortiz 2 times. When y'all was talking shit about the first time, oh man, it was lucky and he was losing the fight. He came back and did it again to shut y'all the fuck up. And Luis Ortiz is the same man that Anthony Joshua didn't want no parts of. And AJ, and see, and what the biggest thing that could make the AJ and Wilder fight even bigger, maybe, you know, I ain't gonna say bigger than what it was, but huge, huge now, is because now, right now, it's a possibility for both of them to go to sleep. Now you've seen both of them go to sleep, right? You know that if Wilder land on AJ is going night night. That motherfucker snoring. You gonna have to bring out the stretcher and some more shit to get him out of that ring, right? But some people might tell you that if AJ land on Wilder, preferably right behind that earlobe, that AJ might put Wilder to sleep, right? You don't know. Now, I'm gonna tell you that Wilder is gonna fucking put AJ to sleep, and he gonna do it quite early in that fight. But other people might tell you that AJ is gonna put Wilder to sleep, and you got an argument both ways because both of them have been to sleep. That's what makes that build up to that fight even greater. You feel me? That's what makes that fight intriguing to the boxing fans. Um, I love that fight right now. But if Anthony Joshua go out there and get his ass knocked out by Usyk after it and come off a, you know what I'm saying, a fucking beatdown loss and then a knockout loss, bro, the Wilder fight ain't gonna be as big. The Wilder fight ain't gonna be as big. And then you got to think like, okay, this man got that shit done to him by a man that moved up to heavyweight from cruiserweight. Ain't no way. Ain't no way he could take Wilder power. And I think that AJ's confidence is going to be all the way shot after he loses a second fight to Usyk. You lose the second time to Usyk, right? A man that moved from cruiserweight up to heavyweight. He didn't school you and outbox you in the first fight and then knock you out in the second fight if it go down like that. Where's your confidence at? Your confidence is already shot. Go get that bag with Wilder. That's what I'm saying. Go get the bag with Wilder. Leave motherfucking Usyk alone. Um, Wookie Wook, what's happening with it? Juwan Ramos, what it do? He said Wilder put AJ on the stretcher. Yeah, I mean, shit. If you ask me, that's what I'm gonna tell you too. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? To keep it all the way funky, to keep it all the way 100, it's the heavyweight division. It's the heavyweight division, and one shot from either fighter can change anything. Either one of these fighters subject to get their ass knocked the fuck out. Why? Because it's the heavyweight division. And you know what I'm saying? It's the heavyweight division, and nobody is exempt from getting their ass knocked out in the heavyweight division. One shot could change it all. You don't play boxing, and you sure don't play with nobody in the heavyweight division because, like I told y'all before, all these fighters can fight. And Deontay Wilder is at risk too because, to me, in my opinion, like I told y'all before, is because he got 1 foot out the sport and 1 foot in, and he said that he wanted to retire. He was basically 80-90% in on retiring. Then now he said he want to come back. So, who knows, man? But that's a great fight for both of them. AJ and Wilder, man. Well, you go and get your ass beat and knocked out by Usyk. It makes the fight less intriguing. Coach, what's happening with it? Big Troy, what's happening with it, Coach? But I'm gonna shoot some links out. I'm gonna drop some links in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash on my like button before I drop these links. Get the likes up. Smash on the like button. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let me see. I'm gonna let 5 people on the panel. And so if you want a link, I'm gonna drop these links and we're gonna get it popping. Y'all give me 1 second. All right. Yes, sir. So there go the links. Let's get into the main topics. Let's get into the main topics. Miss Aisha, salute to you, Queen. Big Block, what's happening with it? Yeah, let's get into the main topic. Y'all hit the like button. Like I said, the links is in the chat. If you want to grab a link, you're more than welcome to grab a link. Yes, sir. Now, hold on, let me get my. Hey, Kev Block, you got to turn your camera on so I can see who you is because your first time up here. You got to turn your camera on, or you just go sit back there. Okay, bet you good. So,
What's the word, y'all?
what's happening with you? What's good with you, man?
This shit, little boxing, trying to see what y'all guys on, man.
Yes, sir, man. We finna. What's happening with the OTB?
What up, my brother?
What's good, man? We finna cook on this. We gonna cook on Ryan Garcia for a minute and this Tank Davis stuff and the Ryan Garcia, right? So, man, so Ryan Garcia, he announced. Hold on, let me bring some. Bring my dude.
Let me get set up.
Okay, so Ryan Garcia, he just announced that he finna fight Javier Fortuna, right? And it's crazy because Javier Fortuna is the guy that he
Hold
was
on.
supposed to fight before, and Javier Fortuna pulled. I mean, and Ryan Garcia pulled out. Now he can fight Javier Fortuna. Now we know what type of fighter that Javier Fortuna is. He a rough, rugged fighter, right? This is a bad stylistic matchup for Ryan Garcia. But I like this fight for Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia can prove something in this fight. We know that Javier Fortuna ain't finna run for nobody. Now, the Tago and somebody got a lot of feedback. If you want to put your mic on mute while you ain't talking, put your mic on mute.
Is that me?
Yeah, Paul. I think that is you. No say.
Okay,
Uh,
let me see
okay.
something.
Uh, So Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia, he could prove something to me in this fight. And I think he could prove something to a lot of people because if you look at the way that Ryan Garcia fights and the way that Javier Fortuna fight, it's a bad stylistic matchup for Ryan Garcia. Because Ryan Garcia, he don't like rough, rugged fighters, right? That put a lot of pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? He don't like that shit, that fight inside. He don't like
Yeah.
Garcia, he want to be able to keep you at range on the outside, and he's not strong. Hey, somebody got to turn their mic off. A lot of feedback. Yo, okay. Yeah, somebody got to turn. I think that's you, VA. You got to turn you got to mute your mic. Yo, okay, we good now. So, like I said, this is a bad stylistic matchup for Ryan Garcia. And Javier Fortuna, he finna be right there in the pocket. He finna fucking be on your ass like fly on the shit, like fly on some shit, and he ain't gonna let you breathe. So now we gonna really be able to see, you know what I'm saying, has Ryan Garcia improved any aspects of his game to be able to deal with a fighter like Javier Fortuna? You know what I'm talking about? And he could shut everybody up that said he was scared to fight Javier Fortuna, right? And one thing I do like about this is Ryan Garcia ain't sitting on the shelf. He going right back into the smoke. You know what I'm saying? July is right around the corner. So they looking to fight Javier Fortuna in July. And I like that. But he talking about he won't Tank. Tank talking about he want Ryan Garcia after this. Leonard Ellaby, he want to fight Ryan Garcia. He calling out Oscar De La Hoya like, hey, what's popping? Let the world know why you don't want to put Ryan Garcia in there with Tank Davis. So that's the fight that Leonard Ellaby and Tank Davis both want. They want the Ryan Garcia fight. But the thing is can Ryan Garcia get past Javier Fortuna? Now, if Ryan Garcia knock out Javier Fortuna, as much as I hate to say it, that should make the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight even bigger. However big it is now, right? It'll make it even bigger. And Ryan Garcia will actually prove a lot to all of his critics if he could get past a fighter like Javier Fortuna. I like the Javier Fortuna fight for Ryan Garcia right now. I like that fight for Ryan Garcia. Eat shit. Javier Fortuna, he gave Joseph Diaz a hell of a fight. Joseph Diaz clearly beat him, but you know what I'm saying, it wasn't no easy fight for Joseph Diaz. So this is a good fight for Ryan Garcia, especially, for fans to assess what Ryan Garcia is going to look like. We know he was coming off a long-ass layoff in that Tago fight. We know Tago was running. He wouldn't really engage, and Ryan Garcia couldn't cut off the ring. But, hey, come back and show us something. You feel me? Come back and show us something. And I'm going to let somebody else cook on this situation. And, shit, I think OTB, you might be next in line.
Yeah, man. Salute to the Brody. Salute to everybody else up here. Man, I feel like it really make me intrigued that we will see Tank and Ryan Garcia. And if y'all remember, you asked me before who I thought Tank should fight next after this fight, and I thought it was always Ryan Garcia. But apparently Ryan Garcia looked like he need a fight in between, and I think that this is a good fight. You understand, depending on style, and it really make me believe that later on in the year we gonna get Tank and Ryan Garcia in the ring, man. And that really was what was most impressive about them announcing this fight to me. So I was proud of it, man, and I hope that we get that fight, man. That's a big money fight, boy.
What you think about? I mean, this fight that Ryan Garcia got coming up with Fortuna. You think he
Yeah,
could beat Fortuna?
Yeah, I think he beat Fortuna, and I think that it's a progressive fight. Fortuna, we know, like you say, he gonna stay in the pocket. And if you want to beat Tank, where you got to beat him at? In the
Right,
pocket. You know what I
right.
mean? You're not gonna get away from beating him in the pocket. So looking at the progression of the career and them, I think that they realistically, you understand, now starting to show us that they preparing for these type of fights. And that's what's most impressive to me about that.
Right. Well, Leonard Ellaby, he spoke and a lot of people were shitting on Ryan Garcia, talking about that he ducked Tank and he didn't want to fight Tank and it was Ryan Garcia. But Leonard Ellaby, out of his mouth, said that it was De La Hoya. It was De La Hoya that wouldn't let Ryan Garcia fight Tank. It was De La Hoya that stopped all that shit, right? He didn't want to put him in there with Tank, right? Ryan Garcia is now saying, fuck Golden Boy. If Golden Boy stopped me from this Gervonta Tank Davis fight, fuck them. But if Golden Boy don't want Ryan Garcia in there with Gervonta Tank Davis, what does Ryan Garcia do? I know he said fuck Golden Boy if they stop it, but what can he do? Do he got any pull to make it he don't got no pull to make it happen. So it's all up to, that shit gonna be up to Oscar cokehead ass to make that fight.
Man, that's a big money fight. Tank about to have you ain't about to have to worry about the he just re-signed back with them. So yeah, it's gonna have to
Yeah.
be that fight. You right. I don't know. That make it a goddamn 50-50 situation when you mention that. Because we know how politics work in boxing. And if they weren't gonna do it for Munguia and Charlo, what make us think they gonna do it for Garcia and Tank?
But I guarantee you that Leonard Ellaby and them they gonna do what they can to make that fight happen. It's just all on what Oscar De La Hoya want. You feel me? Because Leonard Ellaby, they want that. That's the fight that they want. Gervonta Tank Davis, that's the fight that he really want. They want that fight. Leonard Ellaby just did an interview, and that's the fight he talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but let me read this super chat. Now I'm gonna pass it to whoever want to cook next. I forgot what order y'all came in, so y'all just don't have to. Take that up upon yourself. Successful hustler in that super chat. He says Tank versus Ryan is the only fight because Haney versus Kambosos has 2 back-to-back matches, but rather Davis fight for a belt. He said he'd rather Davis fight for a belt at 140 and face Ryan till undisputed. He could move up to 140 too. He could do that, but I think that he more so want to stay at 135 and fight. It ain't no I think. I know he wants to fight Ryan. He said it out of his own mouth. Leonard Ellaby talking about the shit. He told Ryan Garcia twice on Saturday night, you next. So that's what he wants. You know what I'm saying? Now, how I feel about that, that's a whole different story, but that's what he wants. And that's what they want. Who next? Who want to cook on this situation next?
I'll go ahead, Doc.
All right.
How y'all brothers doing, man?
Oh
What's
man,
happening? What's
good.
happening?
Hey, man, bro, look, personally, to me, fuck Garcia, dog. That I think this gonna backfire. This fight right here, just my personal opinion, this fight gonna backfire. He gonna get his ass whooped in this fight.
And the
I
Javier
truly,
Fortuna.
yes, sir. He gonna get his ass whooped. Just because he focused on something that he should be focusing on right now. He should be focused on this damn fight. But he's too busy trying to look ahead to Tank, right? And he fighting a. He's sitting in there, all this back and forth. I'm kind of playing out on Garcia, man. I really am. I mean, 1 minute he gonna do this, 1 minute he gonna do that. Then he finally get in the ring and he look like shit in the last fight. Am I being honest about that? He didn't look good. You know, like he had his feet in the sand. Now he's gonna fight this guy, and he overlooked. He talking about Tank. Tank just had a fight. You need to focus on this dude you finna fight. But you're gonna get in and whoop his ass. I guarantee you that. You heard it here first. Gonna tear his ass up. Watch. Or you're gonna make him look very bad.
So you think Fortuna gonna go in there and spoil the whole motherfucking show with Tank and Garcia?
He's gonna be the Andrew Ruiz, AJ type deal. That's what he's gonna be.
So
He's gonna be Andy.
now some might say that in order for man, you got a lot of noise in the background too. I don't know what sound like wind.
Yeah, but I want to understand my way to Atlanta, leaving Nashville on my way to Atlanta.
Okay.
I'll take my mic off so that way you don't got to hear it constantly.
Okay, you good. Okay. But now, so basically, some might say, right, that Ryan Garcia might have to get his ass. Well, Fortuna might have to get a knockout to beat Ryan Garcia. That you know what I'm saying? Because Ryan Garcia is the big name at Golden Boy, right? He that dude at Golden Boy right now. So, do you think that they gonna let Fortuna win a decision? I'm thinking that Fortuna might have to knock his ass out.
No, I'm gonna put it like this: if Garcia win on the decision, right? Just say we watched the fight and we seen Fortuna whoop his ass, right? We clearly seen him whoop his ass, but they gave it to Ryan, right? They did it to him because he's the bigger name, whatnot. But my point is this: one way or the other, he's gonna lose in that fight, even if it's from the scorecard or the judges or he get knocked out. He may win, but at the same time, you understand what I mean? He could win the fight due to judges, but in actuality, he kind of lost, if you get what I mean. Fortuna gonna get in with
perception look like he lost, where it's kind of arguable, man. Yeah, man.
Right. Because Fortuna gonna get in there, and he gonna work that boy, man. I promise you, he's gonna work him. He's gonna work him. This is what's gonna happen. You remember, y'all remember Donaire, right? Remember Donaire? Remember when Donaire, HBO had Donaire as the next Oscar, right? That was for their next Oscar right there.
Yeah, when he got fucked up by
Rigondeaux.
Yeah,
Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux wasn't supposed to win in there and did that. He wasn't supposed to did that. Rigondeaux supposed to win in there and laid his ass down. But Rigondeaux said, damn that. They let me out of fucking Cuba. I'm coming and get this boy ass. You know what I'm saying? So, Fortuna supposed to go in there and lay out. No, he finna get that boy ass, man. I'm trying to tell you because for one, to me, Ryan, he overhyped, dog. He overhyped. I have never been impressed with dude. Never. He's just a guy that got a lot of followers. Hold on, I got a lot back. Did you hear that echo?
Yeah, that's I don't know who that is. I think that was his. It sounded like yo.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
That was me, man. I don't know what it is, man. I'm going down through these mountains, man, coming up into Chattanooga, and getting all this. But hey, man, because I don't want to mess up the show, so all this echo, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off and just listen in the background. You know what I'm saying? But Key, I appreciate you letting me on here, brother. I really do, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. Appreciate you.
And tell Coach, you my guy, man. Coach, my guy.
His coach be spitting.
Man, listen, I fuck with Coach. I fuck with Coach 1,000%. Right? I ain't gonna lie to you. When I listen to the show, man, Key, I come fuck with you, but I'm waiting on Coach to bring his ass on there. Cause that's my nigga right there, bro. Bro, don't get your flowers right now, homeboy. You my guy. For real. And throw your boy Rich every now and then, my baby boy. All right?
Appreciate it.
That's what's up, man. That's solid.
Yes, sir.
Love, man. You always see me in the chat, and I be trying to hit you, put some in the super chat, man, but for some reason, it won't let my money go through. I don't know what's up, man. I'm trying to do everything I can.
Yeah, if you the Cash App up there too, So yeah, appreciate you though, man.
All right, dog, man. I'm on the background watching, bro. Much love,
fellas. Much love. Yeah, but man, yeah, I mean, I could see exactly what he's saying though. You feel me? Because Fortuna is a bad stylistic matchup for Ryan Garcia. I said that shit when they was first making the fight. I could see exactly what the brother was saying, man. It could go that way. Cause Fortuna rough and Ryan Garcia, he a finesse type of fighter. He don't like them rough, rugged fighters like that. But let me VA Money. I think you next.
Yeah, y'all can hear me.
Yeah, yeah.
So hey, so about what this guy is talking about, he's talking about Fortuna's going. Guys are talking about Fortuna's going to rough up Ryan Garcia. Uh, that I don't believe that that's a possibility. I think the skill level of Ryan Garcia is higher, like a lot higher than Fortuna. We've seen Fortuna get hurt. We've seen Ryan Garcia get hurt. We've seen him struggle, but we haven't seen him struggle to the point where we know a guy like Fortuna, he started his career weight, and he was really good at featherweight. But a guy like Fortuna has a shot against Ryan Garcia. We don't know anything that'll support that. We know Ryan Garcia has amateur pedigree. We know he was successful in the amateurs. We know that Ryan Garcia is a very big career lightweight. We know he can punch at lightweight, whereas Fortuna, he was a puncher at featherweight, and he has some power at 130. At 135, he has some pop. He still has some pop, but he's not finna get Ryan Garcia out of there in one punch. He can hurt Ryan Garcia. Anybody can hurt Ryan. His chin is in the air the whole time, but you know what I mean? You got to get through his jab. Ryan has a really good jab, really hard, really strong jab. He has knocked down off his jab. You know what I mean? He has a left hook that he sets up. You know what I mean? And Fortuna is open for all of that. Like Fortuna's defense is not the best, even though he's slick. He can be slick. He can move his head. He can move his feet. You know what I mean? But the matchup, I got Ryan Garcia stopping Fortuna all day. Stopping. Like I don't think this goes to a decision. I think Ryan Garcia can give Tank Davis problems, but the chin thing, like you fighting Tank Davis and you got a chin like Ryan Garcia, you got to be perfect for 12 rounds, man. And that's not going to be the case. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion on that, man. The other guy, he was just I think he just hates Ryan Garcia for some reason, man. And I don't particularly Garcia myself after this debacle with the mental health and he stood up. Tank said yes, right? And she is like pushing the fight. I think it was a year and a half, 2 years ago. Tank said yes, and then he stood Tank up to go chase a Pac-Man dream. And after the Pac-Man dream was gone, he starts talking about he's sick in the head or some other like some. Ryan Garcia is just he's a man. He Canelo don't nobody like him really, and so he fights Tank good. If he fights Fortuna, he's gonna stop Fortuna. He's gonna stop all the guys, those low level guys like Fortuna. Who else? All those low level guys, Luke Campbell, Fortuna. Even listen, if he fights Kambosos, I think he beats Kambosos as well.
Hell,
Beats, huh?
hell no.
Yeah, no. Kambosos did not what you guys think he is, man.
Man, Kambosos will.
Man, you got a lot of feedback. VA Money, you got a lot of feedback in your background.
How do I get feedback? Oh, okay.
Somebody do.
Hold on. Let me get it off a speaker though. Like, how do I have feedback though?
Yeah, it's probably because you got it on speaker.
Yeah.
How do I get it off of that though?
I don't know.
Shit, I don't.
You have to go out and come back in. Okay, he muted it. Yeah, his joint was he got a lot of feedback. But man, like I said, this fight could go either way. If Ryan Garcia, he got enough power in both hands to catch anybody and put him to sleep. But this gonna be a tough fight for Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia is a finesse fighter. He don't like them rough, rugged fighters like Fortuna. You know what I'm talking about? But Coach, what you got on this?
Did they sign it? Is it made?
Yeah, I think
it's made.
Much, it's pretty much made.
It ain't no telling if this bitch gonna get in the ring. You know, that motherfucker come up with something. You know, he hurt his fucking pinky too. You never know with this motherfucker. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a tough fight, but I think Ryan will beat him. I really do. I think Ryan will beat him. never know what Fortuna gonna show up. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? You never know which Fortuna gonna show up.
Hey, you got to put your mic on mute.
I've seen Fortuna. I've seen Fortuna look good in some fights, and I've seen Fortuna look bad in some fights. So it all depends on which one show up. The way to beat Ryan Garcia, you got to go downstairs and rough him up. You can't let him dictate the fight because he'll beat you that way. But if you putting pressure on him and making him try to grab you, because whenever he's got pressure on him, he's gonna tie you up. That's what he does. He's horrible at fighting on the inside, and his feet are ass. I mean, he got terrible feet, but he got fast ass hands and he can punch. You know, his right hand is okay, but his left hook is dangerous. So that's pretty much the only thing you have to be aware with. Fortuna, with his experience, I think he's gonna give him some problems. But I mean, to me, this fight it's a flip of the coin with me. You know, because I haven't seen Ryan in there with the best. I haven't seen Ryan. If he go out there and he watched Fortuna, then that's saying something. You know, that's saying something. But I think it's gonna be a tough fight. You know, can he handle the experience that Fortuna bring to the game? Because he got experience. You know, and I know his team is gonna come up with a good game plan. You know, you got to beat Ryan in this. You got to beat him to the body. You got to beat him up in the body because his head is he's so tall, his head kind of stays out the way and he try to tie you up. So you need a strong fighter to deal with him, somebody who's way slicker than he is, who's got better feet than him. So we'll see, man. I mean, I don't have a horse in that race because I'm going to be honest, I can't stand Ryan Garcia. I can't. And the reason I can't stand him is because he's a fucking clown. He's always running, but he won't fight. So every time a good fight with Tank Davis, or he come up with some fucking excuse. He's backed out of what, 4 fights? He backed out of the Fortuna fight before. You know, so I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't have a horse in that race, and I could care less.
Right. My man, W right side in the building. What's happening with it?
What's up, Keith? Salute to you, man. Salute to the whole panel, man. Much love to everybody. Man, Ryan Garcia, I'm actually happy he's taking this fight. I did want to see him fight Pitbull first, but I'm happy he's taking the fight against Fortuna. It's going to be a tough fight for him, bro, because Ryan, like you said, man, he has that finesse style. He does carry power. He has horrible footwork, though, and he keeps his head straight in the air. The problem is Fortuna has shown that he can come in and be rough, rugged. He can damn near wrestle your ass at times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure Ryan's going to be able to handle that style. I'm interested in the fight just to see what Ryan's going to bring, man, because I think Ryan, he can be a really good fighter. I'm not high on the way he acts outside the ring, the way he does fights. But as far as a skill and talent level goes, I think Ryan has the opportunity to be a good fighter. He's a long fighter. He has good range. He has a good jab. He has a good hook. You know, it's the footwork and the defensive responsibility that comes into play. And it's going to be an interesting fight, in my opinion. I like Ryan to win it. I think he'll win the fight. If it goes the distance, man, it's going to be tough for him to win rounds against Fortuna. Fortuna is a hell of a fighter, bro. Like he's almost turned it to damn near a gatekeeper at this point of his career, but he's always been a really good fighter, like you say, a rugged fighter, and that style for a finesse fighter can present a lot of problems. That's one of the reasons I thought that Pitbull would give him a lot of trouble, is because of the ruggedness of Pitbull and the way he wants to come and fight him on the inside. If Ryan allows this to become an inside fight, he has no chance to win the fight. He has to use his jab to keep Fortuna at bay and then land something big to get him out of there. I think he can do it. I do think he can do it, but I'm interested to see how he reacts to the style of Fortuna. So I think this is a good fight. I think it's a hell of a fight.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's crazy because this the first time I agree with all the opinions on the panel. That's why I like this fight because it could go either way. And I agree with everything everybody's saying. It could go that Ryan Garcia is just too much for Fortuna. He just a better fighter overall, and he go in there and stop Fortuna. Or Fortuna make it real, real ugly, and you know what I'm saying? And he might catch Ryan with something and stop his ass. Or it go to the scorecards and Ryan, you know what I'm saying, get the win on the scorecards and they rob Fortuna. It can go either way. I just don't think it's a good stylistic matchup for Ryan Garcia, but he has a chance to prove and shut everybody up. Beat Fortuna. That's a solid fighter, a rough, rugged fighter. Show people that you can, you know what I'm saying, you can get in there with a rough, rugged fighter. And you can make adjustments and do what you need to do to get a win or get a knockout, right? And go straight into the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Now, my man said earlier, he said Successful Hustler said that he think that Ryan could just be using Tank name for hype again. You know what? Honestly, I really do think that Ryan Garcia want that Gervonta Tank Davis fight. He want that fight. Leonard Ellerby even said that he wanted that fight, but it's Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions don't want that fight for Ryan Garcia. That's why now Ryan Garcia is coming out and he's saying, man, fuck Golden Boy. If they try to stop me, I'll leave Golden Boy. Like I'm not gonna let them stop me from fighting Gervonta Davis. But the thing is, bro, you ain't got no pull like that. If you under contract and they say, nah,
It all
we
depends
got something else for
Well,
you,
the
that's
problem.
what you're gonna do.
on
Go
the
ahead, Coach.
contract. It all depends. We don't know. We don't know what his contract is worth right now. If he going if De La Hoya do that and Ryan decide to buy himself out the contract, because we know Ryan Garcia got money. So is he gonna buy himself out the contract? We don't know.
Man, this
But
motherfucker,
I
this
will say
motherfucker
though. Go ahead.
borderline on his way out already, y'all.
Yeah.
We already ready to throw his ass under the bus. He can't afford to not take that Gervonta Davis fight. And let me tell y'all something else. Tank
And
can't afford
G5,
it neither. Who
salute
the fuck
G5.
Tank gonna fight? Who he gonna fight? Okay, he go up to 140 and fight who?
Exactly.
Shit, let's be real.
I know
Tank
who
need that fight.
I know who he can fight. I know who he can fight at 140.
Who, Coach?
He can fight Regis at 140.
Man, stop, Coach. Stop, man. He not
Regis
fighting
next
Regis.
in line. Regis next in line.
Yeah, but fuck it, it's Tank Davis. Regis will take that fight.
So Regis gonna turn down the chance to be a 3-time title, a 3-time champion to fight Tank? Hell nah, Coach.
So what Josh Taylor? They ain't make that fight yet. We don't know. We don't know what's going on with that fucking fight. If they
But
make
Regis know that he next in line, and as
Yeah.
big of a money fight as Tank and Regis is,
That's a big
it's
money.
bigger if you the motherfucking A side because you next in line to be the
You
champion.
Be the champion.
Regis program will take that fight. If they make that fight, he'll take that fight in a heartbeat.
But I'm not disagreeing with you, Coach. I'm not disagreeing. The problem is with the way what we seen Tank, as far as we know, he's going to resign with Mayweather. They're not going to make that fight happen. They're not going to put him in the line to fight a Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying? The next fight, the next fight
ain't bigger than Ryan's.
Man, the next fight for Tank Davis, quote me on this now. It's going to be somebody like Michelle Rivera. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's on that side of the street, another guy that they can throw in the ring. They can make it a pay-per-view fight. It ain't got to be a dangerous fight for Tank. They can make money off of it. That's what they're going to keep doing until they can't do it anymore. I don't even think, and like I give kudos to Ryan in this situation because at least he came out and said, fuck Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? I want the big fights. Tank ain't even doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I like Tank, but damn, bro, like the man, he ain't showing us that he really want the big fights. And I think he's okay the way Floyd them is moving them. I think he's okay with that. And so I don't think the Regis fight is coming. man, Tank gonna end up fighting the Pitbull Cruz for a second time. Like I said, Rivera, he gonna end up finding somebody on the same side of the street, make it pay-per-view, get paid well, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, not build his legacy. Until he starts making those legacy fights, man, we got to be critical of this individual.
Yeah, man, I agree. I agree with you 150%, right side, with a lot of what you said. But I really do think that they really want to make that Ryan Garcia fight. That's the next fight. The only obstacle is if Oscar De La Hoya. Well, first Ryan Garcia got to beat Fortuna, right? He beat Fortuna. The only obstacle in the way is Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion, because Leonard Ellerbe and them, they want that fight for Tank, because they looking at that like, oh man, they licking their chops like, oh man, we that's this a big fight that Tank could go in there, get the knockout, and look great. But I agree with you with the aspect when you said that if he don't fight Ryan Garcia next, yeah, I see him a rematch with Pitbull or something like that. Leonard Ellerbe did an interview today, and he said a whole lot, and I know how to read in between the lines, and he basically said that them fights that the fans is asking for, them shits ain't happening for Gervonta Tank Davis no time soon. And Gervonta Tank Davis, just like Right Side said, he's comfortable. They enticing him with money. You know what I'm saying? They basically moving him like they moving him like a puppet. Anything, all they got to do is put the money in his face and tell him shut the fuck up. Tank, you saying okay? We got this money on the table. What's up? And that's what it is. It's about money.
I don't know, Key. I don't know what his new contract gonna look like. Maybe he has more control in this new contract.
He don't, because Leonard Ellerbe just got done talking, and you watched their interview, and like I said, Leonard Ellerbe basically said all them fights that the fans is crying about. He said, yeah, they'll eventually happen down the line, but they ain't gonna happen no time soon.
That ain't the only thing he said that pissed me off. You know what else he said? When he said, the fights that the fans want to see, they're really not big. They're not big.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off, Coach. That's like, man.
But that's what he's telling you. He's telling you that them fights ain't gonna happen.
Who he fight. So how you gonna make that fucking excuse? He packed the stadium with Rolly. So get the fuck out of here with that.
But Coach, that's the point. He packed the stadium with Rolly because he can pack the stadium regardless of who he fights. They're not looking to make those big fights happen, because anything Tank does is damn near a big fight. It is what it is. So go ahead.
This is the thing, right? He explained to people, right, the way they do business without coming out and saying it. And I keep telling people how they do business. You put him in there with a Rolly, right? You give Rolly, let's just put a ballpark number out there, right? You give Rolly $1 million, right? He might have not even made that, right? They might have gave him 700,000. You know what I'm saying? 800,000. But to Rolly, an opponent like Rolly or Pitbull Cruz, that's a whole lot of money, right? Now you can afford to pay Tank a big amount, and then y'all pocket the rest. That's a promoter's dream. That's the promoter's dream, right? Now, if you fight, hold on. Now, if you fight somebody like Devin Haney, and he said this, Leonard Ellerbe said this. He said they gonna want a whole bunch more money than a Rolly or Pitbull Cruz, right? You fight somebody like Devin Haney, he come in, he know the business. They want to know what the event is making, right? They not finna let you lowball them, and you're gonna have to pay a Devin Haney what he worth. So now you taking a chance on fighting somebody that you could lose to, and I'm just throwing Devin Haney name out there. Now you taking a chance on fighting somebody that Gervonta Tank Davis, right? It's a much closer fight. You got a possibility of losing, and you actually gotta pay. Now you gotta split the bag, you know what I'm saying? Not exactly down the middle, but you now they can't make as much money off of Tank as they want to. When they could have put him in there with a Rolly or whoever, still packed out a stadium, and now they could have split all the money between themselves, you know, and paid the opponent pennies. That's the way that they do business. They're not worried about putting Tank in there with big fights. And Tank, he's adapted that mentality too, because he listened to what they tell him. He said, "Oh well, Tank, who you want to fight next?" Oh, well, it don't matter. He ain't say no names, but he talked about Ryan Garcia, you know, because he knows that
and he keeps somebody's name in their mouth.
That he fight Devin Haney. He knows that no matter how much he screamed Devin Haney, that fight ain't gonna happen as long as he is a Mayweather Promotions fighter. He know that, but he's comfortable with that because he resigned.
Facts. And we got to roast him for that.
You know,
there and gave him all type of props last week, talking about he was leaving, and now his punk ass do exactly what I told y'all he was gonna do. He ain't leaving because he know he happy with where he at. Shit, he ain't he don't want to be great.
And OTP, man, real quick.
Let me get to this super chat real quick. My man Smoothie, man says, Coach, you think Tank got the skills to beat everyone at 130 to 140? And I'm gonna let Coach answer that to you, but that's a no, and because Coach gonna tell you that. And no say Jay, that's Coach's answer. We know who Coach got at 130.
Hey, Coach, I'm with you. I got Devin Haney over everybody. I got Shakur Stevenson. Hey, that's the fight right there. That's the fight. Devin and Shakur. My bad, go ahead.
My man, no say Jay. He says Floyd wants all the money. That's why Tank only fight in-house fighters. And another thing that Leonard has to be clear, right, is Floyd is not Gervonta Tank Davis's promoter. He said that he is the promoter. Leonard Ellaby is the promoter. We see that. He says Floyd is the face of TMT, but he ain't the promoter. So he says that's why you don't see Floyd promote, because he's really not the promoter. He's just the face of TMT. He said Leonard Ellaby is the promoter, the manager, all that. And Leonard Ellaby is the one that promotes these fights. He's the promoter.
And we told y'all Floyd ain't did shit for Tank.
Yeah. So Leonard Ellaby cleared that up. He says that he is the one that make all the decisions, and Floyd gave him the key. You know what I'm saying? He gave him the key to the Lambo to make all the decisions.
Say, bro, if Floyd tell Leonard something, that shit gonna happen, period. And Leonard Ellaby gonna do exactly what the fuck Floyd want him to do, or he gonna start crying like a bitch like he did when Floyd fired his ass the first time. He gonna do exactly what fucking Floyd want him to do. You can listen to that bullshit all you want. That motherfucker looked like he lost his best friend when Floyd fired his ass that time. So he gonna do what the fuck Floyd. You best believe.
Well, let me answer this. Let me answer this. ARAC 1977, right? ARAC I think is ARAC 1979 says Tank said he wants Haney next. What you mean? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I mean, right? Tank said that shit. Hold on, let me finish. Tank said that shit in an interview, right? In the same interview that he told y'all that he was finna leave Mayweather Promotions, right? That he was finna go on his own and leave Mayweather Promotions. That's when Tank said that, right? Now, Leonard Ellaby told you that ain't no motherfucking Devin Haney fight happening. Devin Haney ain't this, and Devin Haney ain't that, and Devin Haney prices himself out. Leonard Ellaby told you all that. After that, Tank re-signed back with Leonard Ellaby. Now, let me know what Tank want to do. I'm going to leave it at that.
Damn show don't want to be
all
great.
Facts. And
damn show don't want to be great.
I wanted to say this. Let me just say this, Coach, real quick. And then we were critical of Bud when he re-signed with Top Ranking. He wasn't getting those big fights that we wanted to see. We were critical of him because we knew those fights weren't going to happen. Man, we got to keep that same energy for Tank right now, because I don't believe those big fights are going to happen the way that Leonard Ellaby, Floyd Mayweather, like they talk. Those fights aren't going to happen. So we got to keep that same energy.
Man, especially when Devin going all the way across the street. Shit. Come on now, let's be real. You capable of doing the same thing. You just had an opportunity to do so, and you didn't. Fuck out of here.
There it is. You had out, and Tank's name, in my opinion, Tank has the ability with the start. Tank is on that Canelo level. he can pick and choose his fights the way he wants to and go make those 2-fight deals happen wherever he wants them to happen. Everybody wants Tank. You feel me? And to re-sign this way, man, it leaves something to be desired, bro. It leaves a lot to be desired.
Well, you got to understand. You also have to understand that the education level. You have to understand that. I think Tank was talking and to get what he wanted, and I don't know what the details of the contract is, but I do know this. I don't know if he have the right people around him already that can run GTD promotions the way it's supposed to be ran. If Tank has the intelligence to do what he need to do, or have the right people around him. That's what he have to have the right people around him for GTD to thrive. Now, do he have the name? Absolutely. Can it be done? Absolutely. But he needs the right people to handle the business part of having GTD and him going and negotiating contracts. So I don't know if he have that, if he got cold feet when he realized how much it takes to do what Devin Haney is doing and what Canelo does. I don't know if that kind of scared him. I don't know. I'm not in the man's mind, so I don't know.
Or did he use that to just promote the fight and get everybody talking about some shit?
Didn't I say that?
You know what I'm saying? Because when Leonard Ellaby did his interview, it wasn't after the Tank fight. It was, a little bit before Tank fought, right? And he was asking the question, is Tank Davis, after the Rolly fight, still gonna be with TMT? And he said, absolutely. Like, he ain't had no words that Tank was like, they already knew Tank wasn't leaving. So were they using that as a tactic to get everybody talking? Oh man, what Tank gonna do? Let's tune in and see what Tank gonna say and what he gonna do after the fight.
And that shit was a gimmick to sell tickets. I told y'all that, man. Because Tank don't do no promotion. He don't promote no fucking fights. Tank do numbers. Yeah, Tank do numbers because knockout sell. Shit, but Tank ain't promoting these fights. He ain't the most available fighter. You don't see Tank on no different platforms. Shit.
But you know what else, OTB? It was something to the shit because Floyd ain't never missed a Tank fight before, bro. Not one. It's some shit to it. Believe me, it's some shit to it.
Coach, we seen this motherfucking record. We heard this record play like 20 times, man, damn near 5-6 times. They done did this shit, man.
It's funny because they asked, right? They asked Leonard Ellaby, hey Leonard, why is Floyd not here? Where's Floyd? Leonard talking about Floyd had a family emergency, but Floyd's son and them was there. Ain't that shit funny? Talking about Floyd had a family emergency he had to attend, but Floyd's son was right there.
But your kid, your son there,
your kid right there.
Yeah, it's something to it. We don't know the details, and we probably will never know.
Well, it's just like Leonard Ellaby said. Floyd is not the promoter. Floyd don't even be involved like that, right? And he's just the face. So Leonard Ellaby, he is the promoter. He do all the business. He do all the flying around from state to state. It's Leonard Ellaby. So Leonard Ellaby and Gervonta Tank Davis have a great relationship. He don't need to have a relationship with Floyd. Him and Floyd don't really see eye to eye. They don't really fuck with each other. But him and Leonard have a great relationship with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I think that pretty much sum up a lot of what everybody be wanting to know. You feel me? It's Leonard Ellaby that's taking control of Gervonta Tank Davis's career. Floyd don't really have no hand in it like that. He just, if Floyd sees some shit that he want to go down, yeah, he gonna tell Leonard make this happen or do this. But other than that, Floyd ain't involved like that.
We saw Gary Russell there. That's a fight that could get made.
That fight had never happened.
Never.
It never happened. They're not going to put, like I told y'all, man, and I know it's hard for a lot of people to comprehend this shit because, you got people that see Tank knock out everybody and they think that Tank is the best from 130 to 140, and there's nothing that you could do to tell them that Tank ain't the best. But y'all got to understand that's your opinion. Just like I might have my opinion, OTB might have his opinion, Coach might have his opinion. That is not a fact, right? But see, they think that's a fact. You can't tell them nothing else. So with that being said, I say this to say, I say that to say this. They're not going to put him in the ring, right? Whether Gervonta can beat him or not, right? They're not going to put him in the ring with anybody like that is possible for him to get beat by.
Right.
They ain't gonna put him in the ring with nobody on that caliber because that's they cash cow. That is they cash cow. They have the blueprint. They have a plan.
So they okay with him whooping all of these everybody at the bus stop who can't fight.
He be listening to all of these. You know he be listening on YouTube, right? We know
they all do.
Because he said here and he said, you know, all the people saying, how you gonna build your whole promotion over one fighter? Well, we don't need any other fighters. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, because everybody's saying, you know, Tank is the only fighter that they really have. And he come out and say some shit like, I'm like, this motherfucker really be listening to what we saying. He really do.
They all do, Coach.
They sitting here listening to us because we tell it like it is, and we know old media don't. They not gonna say anything. But let me answer this dude. I never got to answer him. No, I do not think that Tank Davis can beat everybody from 130 to 140. I do not think that. I think that Shakur Stevenson will beat him. I think that Devin Haney will beat him. And if he go to 140 and you fuck with Gary Antoine or Regis Prograis or Catterall, for that matter, or Josh Taylor, Tank is not going to beat those guys. I do not see it. So that's just my opinion, but that's the way I see it.
But see, you don't know shit about boxing, and you done lost your motherfucking mind, and you sound crazy as hell to Tank Davis's fanatics. They don't listen to that shit and say, well, I disagree, but it could, you know what I'm saying? He might be right, but I disagree. You can't tell them that. If you say that Tank can't fucking jump off a goddamn Mount Everest into an ocean, fucking go down to the bottom of the goddamn ocean and fucking come out after beating Godzilla's ass, they don't want to hear that shit. They ain't trying to hear that shit, bro.
And we are bigger fans of the moment in boxing than any other fucking sport. They can win the championship next week. They won better than the 96 Bulls. Shit, they gonna start bringing up all type of teams. Baseball the same way. Shit, but boxing, motherfucker get a knockout on Saturday. He the best to ever do this shit. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
I mean, think about it. To be honest with you, man, Rolly was doing pretty good till he got whopped to sleep.
Well, the nigga came on my platform yesterday and fucking argued me down. I had to kick the nigga off the platform. Oh, bitch ass nigga argued me down and called me all type of hoes and bitches because I stopped the nigga when he said that Gervonta Tank Davis dominated every second of every round.
That is a lie.
He damn sure
didn't.
I
said, bro, what fight was you watching?
Rolly won rounds. What is he
man?
talking?
And didn't I tell y'all, Rolly, if he bring that jab, man, shit. And what you say, Coach? Tank swell up. You seen that little motherfucker face swole up and all red marked up. Rolly was tagging his ass.
If Rolly wouldn't have lunged in, this fight was gonna be interesting. And now, don't get me wrong, that was a fucking hell of a fucking move that Tank did. That was pure.
But Coach, you could see him keep turning him. You could see him setting it up because he kept turning him, and in the fifth round he kept missing it. Yeah, I mean, but that just speaks volumes to the fact that you can teach a fighter to box, but he can only box for so long before he want to fight.
Yeah, if he just got over that front knee, left his chin in the air and swung, and boy, I mean, that was a hell of a fucking. I
knew it was gonna happen because I kept saying, I said, Rolly getting too comfortable, the nigga getting too, and this is my exact words. I said, this nigga getting too wild. I said, he getting too comfortable, and I could see Tank. I said, Tank looking to set his ass up. Tank gonna catch him. Rolly needs to slow the fuck down. But see, Rolly, now he needs to get rid of that trainer because that dude is more of a motivational speaker for Rolly, right? The way that he's training Rolly He's not training him because I could heard what he was telling them in between the rounds. You're winning every round. You're winning every round. Bro, why tell him, you know what I'm saying? Give him some instruction.
Tell him quit stepping with
You
his
in
fucking
there,
jab.
like you in there with a motherfucking killer. You're winning every round. Yeah. You won and you're winning every second of every round. Bro, tell him what the fuck to do, what he needs to be doing.
Rolly got over his front knee and swung wild. There was a hell. Tank looked good. He fucking looked good. Don't get me wrong.
Coach, he timed the step, man. When you stepping like you like, man, we all know when you stepping with your jab, man, all your fucking weight is on your front foot. Tank caught his ass at the right time, and it looked pretty when you time it right, y'all. I'm telling you.
It wasn't just that. The jab wasn't what he caught him after. He caught him after the right hand to the body, and Tank fell back and came forward and slipped to your right.
But he's stepping with every punch. So whatever punch you throw, you stepping with the motherfucker. So shit. Yeah, your ass was out for the fight started. Fire that trainer.
Hey, don't get me wrong. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Roddy's athletic enough. He's just goofy looking, but he's athletic enough to be able to be taught to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, if he get with the right trainer, you know what I'm saying, to teach him the things that he needs to know, he could go a long way because he got that fucking devastating power. He got power. He pretty quick on his feet. You know what I'm saying? He got pretty quick hands, but he just don't have no ring IQ, and he don't have nobody to teach him what to do when he needs to do it and put a game plan together. Right? He was one speed. All he know how to fight is one speed. You know what I'm saying? And once the rounds start going on, and you got somebody in there with Tank that got a high ring IQ, that's gonna be, getting you to slow down. And once you slow down, he gonna start figuring you out.
He felt that. He felt Rolly power. It's just Rolly he got lazy. He got lazy, and Tank took advantage, and it was a beautiful fucking shot. The way he did it, it was fucking beautiful. And he was slipping out. See, if the punch wasn't one of them sit down punches, but Rolly, all his weight was going forward, and he didn't see it. And Tank smacked the fuck out of him. And bro, that was a beautiful shot. It wasn't super hard though, but he caught him and he didn't see it. And he caught him dead on the chin and he didn't see it. And all his momentum going forward plus the punch. And that was it. It was Tank set it up beautifully. And Rolly went down. He did the same exact thing twice. That second time, Tank took advantage. And he did to do. It was a beautiful shot though. It was beautiful. So, he walked right into it with his fucking chin up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Threw the same shot. He threw the fucking same shot, threw the same exact shot in a row.
Which we told y'all he would do. If y'all go and check out the video, we told y'all, man. We say, man, Rolly gonna walk into some shit that he don't see. Because you can only box for so long. You can only, man, most of these fighters, y'all, boxing is muscle memory as much as it's thinking. Absolutely. You feel me? So shit, your muscle memory after so long, once you tell me, all right, you teach me how to box after so long, I'm only box for them first 4 or 5 rounds. After that, the way I fight, the way I've been doing this shit, make me do what I'm used to doing.
Yeah, he didn't know what else to do. Like I said, he only had one gear. He didn't know what else to do. He had that, he have a limited boxing skills, right? Limited boxing skills. And then when he got tired of doing that shit, he just started trying to fight. Yeah. If you go play the replay back, he was in fight mode, in street fight mode. He turned in from trying to, stick to a little game plan that they might have had. And then he turned into street fight mode. And when you do that, you can't fucking street fight a motherfucking superb top level boxer like Gervonta Tank Davis that got devastating power. You can't go into street fight mode because you're gonna leave yourself open and you're gonna get caught. That's just what it is. He went, but if you look at his trainer, what does his trainer say? We ain't boxing, we fighters, and he teaches him fucking a street fight type of style. But element of Rolly's game was taken out. They didn't let him do his street fighting tactics, right? every time that he got close to Gervonta Tank Davis and tried that rough shit, the referee was on his helmet. Like, nope, not tonight. You ain't finna do
They
that
was
shit
on
in
his
this fight.
ass.
So that shit took an element of his game that they had planned away. That's all. That's what he know. That's how he know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? He got a street fighter style, and that's how he's trained. So he need to get a new trainer, right? It's not just because of this Tank Davis shit. He's been needing a new trainer. Because Rolly, the confidence that he have in himself and the power that he have and the little athleticism that he has, he could be a star. He could definitely be a star if they move him. If Leonard Ellaby come up with a blueprint for Rolly, right, and fucking move him the right way, oh, they can make him a big star. Because a lot of these a lot of these lightweights, he'll put them in the dirt. A lot of them. They just got to put him in there with the right type of opponent and move him right, and he could be a pay-per-view star. Because the motherfucker can sell, and he showed that to everybody. And he not taking this loss. He ain't taking the loss. He like, nope, I ain't lose. Nope. The motherfucker he caught me with a good shot, and the referee was protecting them and this and that. I didn't lose that fight. And all that tells me, a lot of people be like, this motherfucker delusional. All that tells me is that he's not taking a loss. In his head, he's not taking it that he can be beat, right? I like that. If I want a fighter like that, I want a fighter that if somebody knock your ass clean out, that you come back and be like, shit, I don't give a fuck. The motherfucker, I still can't be beat. You know what I'm saying? He in denial, but that's his confidence showing that he still don't think that he can be beat. He one of them motherfuckers that you gotta fucking beat down to the ground and beat him and I'm talking about punish him for 15 straight rounds. You gotta punish him and keep beating on him to where you gotta fuck up his confidence. Real talk. Like that motherfucking white dude at the bar. They be bloody as fuck in a bar fight. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't even see
getting the fuck up.
You can't even see their face, but they still coming. That's Rolly.
Facts.
Well, like I said, when he alone, he know what the fuck. He know what it is. You know, he can talk all that bullshit all he wants, but you know, he got the right attitude because he said I exposed Tank and all of this shit. I mean, you did good for a while. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say he didn't do good for a while because he did. He did pretty good, man. I was like, okay, he making it a good fight, and Tank had to be weary because of how strong that motherfucker is, man. You know, so I mean, he got clipped.
Look, see, this the type of bitch ass niggas you come in here, right? That come in here just say stupid shit. Talking about y'all still Tank hating. Fuck is you talking about?
Tank doing this. He did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the same thing he did against Leo. Goddamn it, same thing he did against Barrios. All the same quality opponents, and y'all get used to seeing that bullshit.
Motherfucker, Money talking about that's why Keelan love Roy Jones. Roy get knocked out and wake up and say he won. Man, you gonna get off of Roy. You gonna stay off of Roy.
That's all right. Roy a fucking legend.
Roy a motherfucking legend. Tank Davis ain't you know what I'm saying? At this rate, Tank won't do fucking half the shit that Roy did in his career as far as, you know, resume wise.
Tell Roy less, he gonna say fight, motherfucker. That's one thing about him. It ain't gonna be none of that fucking. Roy was before Floyd. People don't understand that. Roy was independent before Floyd was independent.
Talk that shit, coach. That's why Roy has so many legendary fights.
Roy, if the motherfucker tell Roy less, he gonna say fight, motherfucker. Let's fight. Fuck that. You think you better than me? I'm gonna fucking whoop your ass. They don't do that shit nowadays. Now it's, the fucking promoter, I don't know if I can get the fight and all this shit. That's why Roy, before Floyd was independent, hear these words, Roy was independent before any of these motherfuckers. Any of them. Only other motherfucker that was like that was if you go back to fucking Sugar Ray Robinson, because he was independent. Sugar Ray motherfucker tell a motherfucker the day of the fight, I need more money, or I'm not fighting. So
right,
that's the fact.
and we gonna go to Devin Haney. But before I say that, we're gonna go to Devin Haney. But before I say get to Devin Haney, and Roy told the reason why he became independent. He said, man, they had me. He said he was with Top Rank. He said he was fucking with Bob. And he said Bob Arum had him on the undercard, right? And this was when Roy was big. Had Roy on the undercard of an Oscar De La Hoya. He said, oh, I know I got to do my own motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? And like Coach said, Roy was one of the first fighters that was independent like that and did it in a big way. Had his, you know what I'm saying? Got branded by Jordan. No other boxers was getting branded by Jordan. My man McDowell says, Coach, who you got Benavidez over?
Everybody. I got Benavidez over everybody at 168. Everybody.
Yes, sir. Man, so
bitch ass Canelo.
Hey, so y'all hit the like button. We finna get to talking about this Devin Haney and Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? Let's cook on this. Let's really cook on this situation. And y'all get the likes up. Hit my like button. Hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button, right? So check this out. A lot of shit going on. We know that Bill Haney, unfortunately, is not gonna be able to go over there, right? To fuck with to be in Devin Haney's corner. But Bill Haney, they was trying to set up to where Bill Haney could basically, you know what I'm saying, with the new technology that they have, to where Bill Haney could actually be in Devin Haney's corner without actually being there, right? Through some like live, live app, right? Through a live app. So he's gonna be able to still be right there with Devin Haney through a live app. And Bill Haney said that, Lou DiBella agreed to it. Everybody agreed to it. They had talked about if Bill Haney wasn't able to make it to Australia, right? If he wasn't able to get in Australia, right? That he was going to be able to do that. And Bill Haney says that the Kambosos team said, oh, that would be no problem. We'll let you do that, right? Now, Bill Haney is saying that George Kambosos, right? George Kambosos and his team is now trying to fucking block Bill Haney from having anything to do with the fight. He not even letting him remotely, be able to join the corner. But if you hear George Kambosos' lying ass talk, we tried to do everything we could to get Bill Haney, over in Australia. We tried to help him. How the fuck you try to help the man when they accepted that he's not going to be able to come over? But now you trying to block him from being in his corner remotely through an app, a visual app? Make sense. George Kambosos is a fraud. You know what I'm saying? He is a fraud. All that shit that he talking and putting on, it's an act. Because if you look at how George Kambosos was acting before he fought Teofimo Lopez, and then you go back and look how George Kambosos is acting now, night and day. The motherfucker is a fraud. So he was either faking, right, and acting humble before he became champion, right? He was either faking then or he faking now. Either way, the motherfucker's a fraud. And I can't wait to this weekend, and I pray and hope that Devin Haney beat the living shit out of George Kambosos. But it ain't going to be no easy fight. I think that because George Kambosos, he can fight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He got quick hands. And one thing about George Kambosos is when Devin Haney throw, George Kambosos coming back with 2 and 3 shots of his own. You've seen that in the Teofimo Lopez fight. He don't keep his hands in his pockets. He's very active, and he's looking to counterpunch everything that you throw. So, Devin Haney is going to have to use a lot of lateral movement. And, I think that Devin Haney definitely got the skills to beat the shit out of George Kambosos, but he is going to have to be on his A game. And everything else that's going on. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? OTB, what you got on that?
I just finished breaking this fight down, man. And Kambosos got good feet.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. He got good feet. That's gonna be a problem for Devin. That's going to be a problem for Devin. So I look forward to seeing if Devin can maintain his defensive responsibility within these exchanges, because Kambosos then showed you in every fight he done fought that he'll take your punch. That motherfucker ain't scared to take no punch. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, for a fighter who don't sit on his punches due to his defensive purposes, and like Keon say, man, he gonna return back. That's why he's willing to take your punch. He'll take that punch because he believes in what he's about to give you. You understand? So shit, I look forward to seeing Devin fight his fight and not get caught up in the fight. You understand? And you real boxing fans know what I mean when I say that, but he can't get caught up in fighting the fight. You understand? He got to fight his fight.
No. Well, I look at it like this. Y'all know I'm in their fucking corner, and I'm gonna say my prayers every night. I know I ain't supposed to be asking for Dev to whoop this fucking devil's ass, but I'm praying. The fucking devil, bro. It's the fucking devil, boy. Anytime you gonna sit here and call a man an informant, only reason Devin was trying to help you because you said you would fight him, and Tio wasn't gonna fight him.
Tell them, Coach, our boxers trade information. Do they not?
Yes, but it's not only that, but you gonna call him a fucking traitor when your bitch ass was fucking training with Manny Pacquiao against your countrymen, you fucking dirty hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite, fucking rat devil. You're a fucking devil. I want Devin to beat that bitch and then pour holy water on that motherfucker. I can't stand that bitch now. And I won with him in fucking against
Tio.
But this stupid little bitch, he just a disappointment to me. And I had Devin whooping Devin guys. I bitch up anyway. Devin gonna use that fucking jab in that bitch mouth all night long. And when he start busting up and cut, that's when the shit gonna get real. Cause he bust up in the last fight. He gonna bust up in this fight. Devin need to just stick to his game plan, use your feet in your range, and keep your range and pepper that bitch all night till he can't take no more. We done seen him go down. We saw Teofimo crack his ass because he get just the same reason you just said, because that bitch will take a punch. He'll take a fucking punch to get some, but Devin ain't gonna be there. See? And that jab exactly. Is gonna be giving problems all night long. He's a fucking devil, and I want Devin to beat that bitch in front of him. And I want him to fucking punish him.
Really damn, Coach.
Coach want this nigga to get beat the shit out of. I ain't mad at you, Coach.
Devin put that bitch in a coma, and he can't fight that. I really do, bro. That shit, bro. You gonna take every advantage away from this man, and the government conspiring with your bitch ass. Bro, that shit is horrible, bro.
Coach, you know,
it's gonna be far in between before we see another fucking Australian champion. I say that shit.
And he can't come back to the U.S. Don't let that bitch come back here. Because after Devin,
we're gonna rob the shit out of his ass regardless.
Yeah. It's a horrible human being, bro. You gonna portray yourself one way, and now all of a sudden you this fucking great superstar motherfucker for beating Teofimo. Come on, man, stop that. Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm probably gonna beat that bitch into a fucking coma, bro. I'm dead serious, bro. If he would have kept the shit right and neutral and fair and be respectful, this dude turned a whole 180 degrees, bro. He turned 180 degrees, man. He's a horrible human being. And fuck Australia. I'm never going to that fucking country. Fuck that place.
Coach, I ain't gonna take it that far, but I agree, man. You know, it's interesting to me that he's tried to portray himself as But that's exactly he is all act, bro. He's truly acting right now, and it's interesting because even when he was over there, and Dev said, "Man, stop acting, bro. When is that gonna stop?" What did the Australia media do? They started laughing. The reason is because they see it as an act as well. We all see what's going on, and it feels like the mental games that he's playing is out of desperation. He's playing them because he understands that skill for skill, he's not as talented as Devin Haney is. It is what it is. I agree with OTB. Dev doesn't need to fall into fighting that, or he doesn't need to fall into the fight. You feel me? He needs to stick to his game plan. And it's interesting because I think at times in this fight, Dev will be the one coming forward. I think he'll come forward more than we expect him to in this fight because Kambosos doesn't have a lot of, Kambosos can't be offensive on the back foot like a lot of great fighters can be. And so I look for Dev to come forward more than we expect him to, and for him just to show his skills, bro. Use the jab. He has a top 5 jab in boxing. And one other thing Coach said was, we see Kambosos gets cut up. He gets cut up easily, and so I think that when you look at the fighters when they get out the ring with Dev, 9 times out of 10 they may not have got knocked out, but they fucked up. You feel me? And I look for Kambosos. He gonna be fucked up after this fight as well.
Your man is ugly fucking wife. Fuck that.
Damn.
God damn.
Motherfucker. That motherfucker dirty, boy. It's a dirty ass dude, bro.
Man, Money, what's happening with it?
Key, what up, Brody?
Salute, Money Brown.
Hello, money.
OTB, coach, what's going down? What's going down?
Yeah.
Big bro.
I want to touch on that Devin and Kambosos shit. Yeah. That shit, all that shit all around the board is just foul, bro. All that shit is foul. And the motherfucking embassy probably got something to do with it as well, trying to keep Kambosos as they motherfucking champion down there. Because they ain't really never had shit too big like that besides that motherfucker that beat Manny Pacquiao. They understand the power of that shit, of what you can do. And everybody want to compete with America anyway when it comes to the boxing game. So, yeah, that shit just foul to me. But I think Dev go whoop his ass, bro. I like George Kambosos. He made me respect his game when he fought Teofimo. But the fight Teofimo fought was a dumbass fight. He went up there and fought a stupid ass fight, and Dev ain't going down to fight no stupid ass fight. And I think Dev gonna win. I think he gonna win the first 7 rounds, and then I think George Kambosos gonna start having some success off of that. Because only thing my knock on Devin is he starts slowing down as the fight go on. Then he starts sitting down more, and that's when he started making little small mistakes where motherfuckers start clipping him and touching his ass. So I feel like the first 7 rounds, Dev will clearly outbox him. I don't think he gonna knock his ass out. Is it possible? Yeah, because I don't know if George Kambosos is got a chin like that. We seeing Teofimo drop his ass late, but I think Dev gonna beat the shot on for the first 7, go piss his ass off, and he probably fuck around and start doing some dirty shit just because he at home and think he can get away with that shit. But I think Devin gonna beat the shot this dude, bro. I think gonna beat the shot up, and then the last 4 rounds, he gonna have some little success just depending on how Devin gas tank is and how his ass hold up down the stretch, which he could, because them legs start getting a little tired and his ass starts sitting down. So I'm looking forward to the last 4 or 5, but I just think it's gonna be easy work for Devin. And I like George Kambosos. Not like him like that. Just he made me respect his game. All the other sucker ass shit. Oh, he's a snitch, this and all that. Man, that shit don't mean nothing. All that shit is just tactics. Game tactics, try to get in somebody's head and force him to try to fight the fight that you want him to fight. And just come in, standing in the middle of the ring with your ass, that Teofimo stupid ass shit. And Devin ain't no stupid motherfucker, bro. So it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Respect to George Kambosos for accepting it. Like they say, he ain't really had no choice, but at the end of the day, he did accept it. You know what I'm saying? So we got this bitch doing the fort. But yeah, I got Devin making easy work of his ass.
And Money, you said something real interesting there. Going back, looking at the fights, Teofimo Lopez came in with possibly the worst game plan I've ever seen in the sport of boxing. It was one of the worst. I've never seen somebody just come in hooking and just throwing big ass punches, literally looking to get you out of there early. You know what I mean?
All you gotta do, go back and look at all of Kambosos' fights before the Teofimo fight. Right? Credit, he got the Teofimo fight. I didn't even. That's why I had Teofimo knocking him out. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he would have knocked his ass out. I didn't expect him to come down and fight that type of fight. Right? Yeah. He came there trying to really knock the man out in 1 round. Like literally, he trying to knock him out in 1 round. But if he'd settle his ass down, he could have beat George Kambosos, bro. And I think Devin Haney gonna show that he's an okay fighter. I don't take shit from him. He got some pop, right? But if you go look at his fights before, he ain't really do too much to impress you like that. You know what I'm saying? I
He's
thought
just
he
an
lost
okay
at least.
fighter.
Yeah, I thought he lost to Lee Selby, right? He
I
got the
agree.
nod. And the Mickey Bay fight was a cool fight. He got that one, but it's like he really don't do shit to really blow you away or nothing like that. He can talk his ass off. I will say that when it comes to mental warfare, if a motherfucker ain't mentally strong enough, you know, he can fuck with your head just like he did Teofimo. Teofimo ain't mentally tough like that, in my opinion. He ain't mentally tough like that. I think he's still young. Devin, the knock I got on Dev is mentally maturing. Like he's not gonna force Devin to fight a different game plan. It just come down to Devin. Don't try to show that you got power. Like if you don't knock his
Yeah.
ass out, just piss his ass off, outbox his ass, frustrate his ass, make him say you a bitch. You don't want to fight. You know how they get mad when they can't touch you and they can't hit you. Make his ass say all that shit and make his ass run into something and capitalize off all the mistakes that he gonna make because he gonna be out there swinging for the fences, right? Because sometimes his ass be showing nervous energy to me. I don't give a fuck how cool he try to be or talk. It be nervous energy. He know he up against a motherfucker with Devin Haney. He know it, bro. He know he up against a motherfucker.
And like you say, Money, when you say capitalize, man, that motherfucker sell out a lot. You would catch that motherfucker selling out, throwing home run punches from his fucking waist. And goddamn it, if you can time that motherfucker right, boy, you could put that motherfucker to bed.
That's why he got caught by Tio. But honestly, I think 9 times out of 10, Tio beat his ass. That was just that one time where he caught Tio, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of shit going on. Like Kambosos can't beat Teofimo Lopez if Tio on his motherfucking A game. Can't beat him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you know, sometimes
you
you
give him his
get lucky.
credit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sometimes
you give him his
get lucky.
credit.
Dot.com showing the super chat. He says Kambosos. Right. That's what he did. See the motherfucker, right? He one of them dudes that ain't never had nothing. He act like one of the cats that ain't never had nothing, right? And then they win the lottery overnight, and then they act like they don't know nobody. They had motherfucking rich parties asking for great coupon, don't even know what the fuck it is. That's Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? That's him.
Who was worse? Who was worse? Key him and Andy Ruiz? Key.
He got the same
Man, Kambosos is worse because Andrew Ruiz, he was just acting like it. Kambosos was acting and talking like it. You know what I'm saying? So Kambosos is worse. He done made a whole motherfucking 360 turnaround.
Yeah.
Just like Tio, the same shit Tio did. But just like I saw somebody in the chat said, that motherfucker was acting on when he was in the US, but he went back and he showed who the fuck he really is. A rich bitch. I'm going to get nigga and all this bullshit. Fuck you and that ugly bitch, and I hope Devin pummel your fucking ass, you giant.
They talk that shit down. Once they get around them promoters, I told y'all that shit change up, man. The promoters put their ass in the position to start making them feel like they just bigger than what the fuck they is at times. Like you ain't make more money than Devin Haney, so you are I'm giving you the fight, boy. And they said, bro, you haven't you talking all that shit. You probably ain't even make that much. Well, your biggest payday was against motherfucking Teofimo, and that motherfucker got shorted from the one fight that y'all had with Triller, right? Y'all had a nice little payday. You got your biggest payday with Triller, but then y'all came back and they fought on ESPN, right? And that shit got short. It wasn't the same payday that they got that was with Triller. So now you about to this probably finna be your biggest payday right here, fighting Devin Haney. You the unified champion, respect to that because you ain't fucking undisputed. So you making your biggest payday right now with Devin Haney, but you not giving Devin Haney his biggest payday. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin has been millionaire, has been balling out on your ass. So at the end of the day,
Devin is a fucking true warrior. I'm gonna take it, show you bitches I'm the best. And he going over that and he gonna show that bitch he the best.
So if Devin Haney, right, with the way he been moving and how he been trying to fight everybody, right? If Devin Haney beats George Kambosos, becomes undisputed with all of these circumstances surrounding the fight, right? Everything against him. Is he the best light heavyweight in the division right now? Is he the best
he'll be the undisputed. as much shit as I'm talking about George Kambosos, I say he number one, Devin Haney number two. Like I look at what you done. Like he got 3 scraps. You can't take shit away from these dudes. We can talk all the shit about his little punk ass we want to, but he number one, Devin Haney number two. Devin got the WBC scrap. He number two. If he go in there and beat George Kambosos, he's the undisputed champion at the division. He's number one. Can't take that shit away from him. Doesn't matter who you like. The dude is the number one guy.
At 23.
I even
would
had
say,
T.O. as the number one. I had T.O. number one. He had the
I would say
scraps.
that he's the best fighter in the world. I mean, the best fighter, the best lightweight fighter in the world. If he go and beat Kambosos, especially under all these circumstances, and you got to take that title from him. You got to take that from him.
Exactly.
So Tank Davis, whoever else, you know what I'm saying, Frank Martin, whoever else it may be that's in that division, you're gonna have to take that shit from Devin Haney.
Frank Martin,
you know, it's interesting you say that.
Frank ain't there right now.
Straight with y'all.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying anybody in that division.
But I'm gonna still be straight with y'all. You know I got Devin over everybody. But he fucking if he beat this bitch twice in Australia and all of this shit, and he come in and start acting funny and not wanting to fight the best, I'm gonna be on his fucking helmet too. Just let y'all know. I'm gonna be
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, but what if he do like EJ did, you know, like, hey, but not like EJ did to Thurman. Hey, these motherfuckers didn't want to fight me. Now I'm doing the same shit.
I don't know. I think
I'm gonna be on his head about it. Don't do that.
Yeah, you
keep the same energy you got going into this fight, bro. Fight everybody, bro. That's why we rock with you so strong, because we believe you want to fight everybody. Keep that same energy.
I'm not finna have Devin. Yeah, I'm not finna have Devin. Like, he don't have to line these motherfuckers up and fight everybody back to back. Like, y'all
not like that.
Go out there and just go straight, break your body down type shit. He young. Don't get me wrong. You really ain't had no big time fights, but you go get George Kambosos and we know Dev, he about the money, man. He a business, man. When you got 4 scraps, bro, every motherfucker want to be in your pocket. The sanctioning bodies, you don't want the best fights, all that shit, all that business shit, that shit be real behind the scenes. That shit just don't be, I can just pick a fighter and fight him, and okay, it's this, that. No, that motherfucker be trying to dig deep in your pockets and shit like that, so they got to do what makes sense at times.
And these fighters got to go fight each other.
But I'm going to tell you this. Fuck that. I'm going to tell you this. He fucking... Devin Haney, you saying he shouldn't fight back to back? Fuck that.
Why not?
Fuck that. I don't know why not. Fucking fight everybody.
Man, that's why we need Tank and Ryan to get their ass in the ring so they can fight the winner.
And Tank and Ryan is gonna fight each other.
Yeah, we need that to happen. So goddamn,
Tank and Ryan is the biggest
fight
fight. That's the biggest fight at 35 still.
I don't want him to start fucking moving fucking funny. Fuck that shit. If you go and beat this bitch twice, he gonna end up fighting Loma. That's gonna be that third fight. He gonna end up fighting Loma. If this war stop and Loma come back, he gonna end up fighting Loma in that third fight.
I don't know, Coach. If he beat him twice, man, I don't know if Dale stays at 35. I think if he beats him twice, he moves up to 40.
Sign a contract for a 3-fight deal with what you call
top rank.
With top rank, but it didn't say at 35. I don't know. I don't know what it said. So don't. I don't know what it said.
If he beat George Kambosos twice, and
he's staying at 35.
Right, and then if he can beat Vasyl Lomachenko, right, in the third fight, where can you put him on the pound for pound list though? Where does he go on the pound for pound list? Because now he out here kicking up fucking big dust and making big noise. He do some shit like that.
I mean, if Devin go beat George Kambosos, he go on my pound for pound list.
Hell yeah, man, too. And
okay, but and then he turn around and beat Vasyl Lomachenko. Where do you put him?
You move him up. You see what happened. Like, I really don't be giving a fuck about pound for pound for it, but you just see where it's at. You look at. Like, you gotta look at what people do in that year, bro. What everybody doing in that year, and then you start moving. Like, every motherfucker got their own criteria on pound for pound. You got motherfuckers that already got them on their list. Like, everybody got their own criteria. That's why I don't knock nobody for their pound for pound list. It is what it is. But when you start taking motherfuckers off the list that deserve to be on the list, then that's like, okay, I don't give a fuck you got a motherfucker number 10, but if you know you're supposed to be on the list, so that's when I say something. But, you know, pound for pound, like I say, like EJ say, y'all can take me off that shit and put Jermall on that motherfucker. Like, we ain't getting no belts, no money, no none of that shit. shit. It's just a recognition from the fans, or like in boxing, it just show that these are the top guys in the game and they doing their thing. But you know, if you're on that motherfucker, you just show that you're a motherfucking dog. And like I say, he go beat that boy George Kambosos. He's an undisputed champion. There's no way he can't be on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's on everybody's list.
So
But if
money.
you beat Lomachenko, then
If you
you see what other people do. If they ain't did shit like Devin just done, then you got to start moving their ass around and moving Devin up.
So money. Let me ask you a question, right? If you was a a betting man, I know that you don't really, bet and shit like that. But if you were a betting man, right? And I think
Uh-huh.
that Devin Haney, I think that he probably like a negative 175 right now, right? So he's
Uh-huh.
he's the favorite in this fight. With
Yep.
all the circumstances surrounding this fight, would you be willing to put money up on Devin Haney
I put the house on
with
Devin
those
Haney, bro.
odds? Huh?
I put the house on him. I'm telling you, Devin fitter look so good in the first 7 rounds. He fitter it's gonna be a no-brainer. Like this dude, Devin not fitter give him what he want, bro. Salute to him. He gonna try to come and bring it, all that talking and shit. The first 7 rounds, Devin is gonna outbox the shit out of his ass, bro. Devin gonna outbox the shit out of his ass. Devin, look, with Devin knowing that the odds are against him, he know what he gotta do. I can't let this motherfucker touch me. We out here in Australia. I can't let them go crazy and wild and shit like that. But I feel like the first 7 rounds is gonna be a no-brainer. Motherfucker gonna be like, God damn. He go, that's what type of level I think Devin is on over George Kambosos. I like George Kambosos, like I say. The shit he did against Teofimo, he made me respect him, right? Made me say his name because I just thought Tio was gonna wipe the flow with his ass, to be real, which I thought he'd have a little success, but then Tio wiped the flow. But I still feel that way like Devin. Devin is on that level, elite. I don't think Kambosos is elite. I think he's a good fighter once you sit there and you bang it out with him like he can fight. But for us, the boxing skills, man, Devin fitter be in and out on his ass, tagging his ass, making his ass miss, making him pay. And after the 7 rounds from Devin moving and schooling, I just want to hope his ass just be smart. You know what I'm saying? Box his ass and box your way to your victory. But hell yeah, man, I put the house on Devin. The first 7 gonna be magnificent for Devin Haney, bro.
But
Magnificent. Watch.
But see, is that enough, right? Because see, my whole thing is that Devin's gonna have to go in here. He gonna have to dominate damn near every round, right? And what I mean dominate is to where it ain't like, oh man, that was a close round, but Devin definitely won. But it was, what I'm saying, it was competitive. He gonna have to make it to where these rounds ain't
Uh-huh.
competitive. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to go in there with
Yeah,
that
and my
mindset.
back up here. I'll take it out. I'm sorry, Keith.
He gonna have to go in there with that mindset to where these rounds can't even be close. I'm gonna go in here and beat the shit out of him, and I'm not even gonna let it be competitive in no round. I gotta win every minute of every round. He gonna have to do that every second of every round. Can he do that? You know what I'm saying? Is he good enough to do that? That's
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what
that's,
that's what
that's what I'm
that's what I
looking
feel
at
like he gonna do.
because I feel that he's a much better fighter than George Kambosos for sure, for sure. But and can I look at George Kambosos and say, is George Kambosos not good enough to make it, you know what I'm saying, to make some of these rounds close? I don't know. I don't know.
Devin gonna beat that motherfucker up. That's what I think. And I can't wait for this fucking franchise belt. Dev, take that shit and throw it in the garbage can. As soon as you win that, tell him go get a garbage can and throw that shit in the garbage can. That's what the fuck you need to do. In front of Mauricio, take this garbage and get rid of it. That's it. Fucking garbage ass shit. I think he gonna box the fuck out this dude and beat him up. And I think he gonna get cut up in this fight. And that's gonna be the end of George Kambosos, and he ain't gonna want no second fight. That's what's gonna happen. I think he beat his ass up. And Devin, you fucking get all that advantages, and that shit is on that dude's mind, bro. That dude gonna put on a performance of a lifetime. Watch.
Well, yeah, I mean, all in a perfect world, coach. We all know, and I agree with everybody with him having to outbox him. But shit, let's not be real. Like we ain't seen that man clip before in the pocket, and Kambosos ain't got no fast ass hands with good feet. With good feet, like shit, dude got a chance now.
Oh, now I'm not saying he don't have a chance to fight.
Well, did you not? All right. Did you not hear me say after 7 or 8? Devin started slowing. That's when he started getting clipped, and that's when George Bush gonna have opportunity to have some little success. But even with that being said, like I say, you got to sit there with him. And there, it's gonna be times where you got to sit down with him. Just ain't gonna be, it's gonna be times. But at the same time, he got some fast hands, but physicality wise, bro, man, Devin more physical than that dude. He can grab him and wrap his ass up. So just because you got fast hands, don't mean the motherfucker just let you get off. Now, for us trying to counter punch and shit like that, try to catch him with a shot, yeah, he might have an opportunity. It's boxing, you go get hit. I'm not saying Devin not fit to get touched or nothing like that, but majority for all that hard shit that he gonna be trying to hit him with, I don't think that shit gonna land. And that's why I say in the last four to five, I just want Devin to keep his damn composure and be smart and don't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, Devin locked in, bro. That motherfucker locked in, bro. I've been looking at that shit. I've been saying it, bro. He grown, like you said. My man, even with my daddy not being here, that motherfucker can't fight for me. You feel me? He can't fight for me. So I know what I got to do inside this square circle. And to be real with you, I'm just being me. Shit, it's probably less pressure on Devin with Bill being there. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know. Like sometimes when a pop star, you be wanting to do some shit that he ain't letting you do. So it's like, yeah, man. So Devin built for this shit. He been doing this shit his whole life. All that over in Australia and all that shit. The ring is the ring. And when it comes to skill wise, that man ain't fucking with Devin skill wise. Now, do he got some little pop and do he got some skills on him? Yes, he do. I don't deny that shit. I give him his credit. He's the number one lightweight in the world. I give him that. But Devin about to take that shit. And that's what I was saying. In the first 7, I really think Devin Haney is going to dominate. So everybody's scorecard is going to be motherfucking 7-0. They just said it's ready too, so you pick it up tomorrow, Raj. Yeah, so they just said it's ready.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this.
You gotta
I've
keep
seen
that
fights, but I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I've seen, right, and I'm gonna bring up one that you know what I'm saying. Most of y'all gonna remember Anthony Durrell against Carl Froch. Anthony Durrell dominated 10 straight rounds in that fight. I'm talking about dominated. It still lost.
That was in the UK. That's why a lot of people don't like going to the UK. I ain't saying Australia is different.
Dominated Carl Froch.
Yeah,
He dominated Carl Froch 10 straight rounds and still lost.
Yeah, I remember all that shit like it was yesterday. We seen it. That's why Floyd say nobody come over here.
Right. Let me read this super chat real quick. My man KG Alexander say, I'm putting 250 to 300 on Haney. It's easy work, and that boy gonna put paws on him and have Kambosos coach over there stuttering and shit. And salute to my boy KG, Big Kids Barbecue. What's happening with it, KG?
But KG need to put a little bit more, my brother. Put a little bit more.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I ain't putting no money up on this fight, bro. I wouldn't put no money just because of the simple fact is that he already favored. So if it's like 175, you got to put 175 to win your 100 back. And just the simple fact is, it's a lot of shit going on, bro. Like Devin gonna have to really, really dominate. I think that he's capable. I think he's capable of doing it, but I don't know, bro. I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see robberies happen. I didn't see big robberies. And we talk about Australia, where George Kambosos, right? That's the only champion they really got over there.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I got faith in the judges out there in Australia. My thing is this though. It's like when I'm looking at it, bro, Devin Haney been waiting for this opportunity for so long, fam. It's no way that Devin finna let this shit slip. Like he know what he gotta do, bro. I really got faith in LeBro that he's finna go over there and dominate the shit out of this dude. I feel like Shakur feel like Devin might knock his ass out, but Shakur's like I really feel like he can't fuck with Devin on no level. I give him credit, like he can crack, right? And Devin, we seen him get wobbled. So I ain't saying that he ain't got that punch of chance where he can hit Dev ass and somehow change the trajectory of what's going on inside the square circle. But man, the first 7 rounds, bro, I just really have faith that that shit is just gonna be a whitewash, like Devin, to where they can't rob him. Key, that's how like they can't like that shit gonna be a whitewash. Like okay, goddamn, like oh shit, like I really feel like that, bro, and I can't wait for Saturday.
Well, I'm saying if you do that in the first 7, you're gonna have to do that fucking to me, right? You're gonna have to do it in the first 9. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to do 1 through 9 and do that shit.
Yeah, I feel you because like you say, the first 7 that leave 5 extra rounds, and that shit can be one round off where it can swing. But I'm just saying, for the first 7, because like I say, when you look at Devin fight, that's when his ass start sitting down, start slowing a little bit after them 7 or 8s. He started sitting down, he started banging, he started making little slight mistakes. to where a motherfucker get close on him and touch him. And to be real with you, I don't think George Kambosos is a better boxer or a more precise fighter than Jorge Linares is. You know what I'm saying? And Jorge was a Jorge smooth, bro. Even though he was, up there like that, he's still smooth. People might think he over the edge, but he's still a skillful motherfucker. And I don't think George Kambosos got that type of skills to catch motherfuckers like that in the inside to think like that. But when you fight, shit happens. But I just feel like I just really feel like Devin gonna dominate, bro. It's just the last 4 to 5 is where I'm gonna see if Devin, put that extra up in that motherfucker. He just gotta stay smart and stay sharp. That's it. Stay alert, bro. Even if you up, and I ain't gonna say take no fucking round off, because you don't take no rounds off. Just stay sharp and stay alert, and don't make them little small mistakes that you made, in the past that got you caught. You know what I mean? That's all he gotta do. And I believe he really gonna do it, bro. Devin been waiting for this opportunity, bro. That man finna step up. He finna handle his business, fam. Well, everything that's on the line and everything that we think is really pressure, I don't think it's pressure to him. I really don't. I don't think it's pressure. Or your father not being there, or they got you fighting 2 times. Like, all that shit don't mean nothing when the bell go ding ding. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like his ass gonna be ready. And like I say, just might be a little less pressure. He can go in there and maybe just do some shit that he feel like he can do. Just let his instincts take over that he probably wouldn't do if Bill was there. So we finna find out. We about to find out.
And I also like that. I think that Yoel Judah, him being in the corner, I think that's a good thing for Dev. It gives him a different look. And Yoel is a fiery coach. You know what I'm saying? He brings that extra fire out of him. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good look. And we've seen how he's moved before when in those big fights. So I look forward to seeing Dev get in there and dominate, man.
Yeah.
My man said, excuse me, my man Cedric Smith in that super chat. He says, "Name me one fight you seen Dev sit down on his shot." He says that was the plan. Dev about to shock everybody. So you think he gonna go in there and sit down on the shot, Cedric?
I think later on.
We seen him do it when he got, what's that knockout with Antonio? What was it? Antonio Moran,
yeah.
When he wouldn't really sit down on the shots. He was just kind of caught dude, you know what I'm saying, and knocked his ass clean up. My man, Flawless Mentality at BE, hosted by Dr. Mark Stern. Salute, man. And great
Devin,
you putting out over there.
Let me say this, Keith. That's why I be trying to tell people, right? That's what I mean when Dev really mentally mature, bro. He don't, like, y'all be saying, name a fight where he sit down on the shots as if Devin don't have to sit down on the shots. That's not his game plan. His game plan is his fucking legs, outboxing your ass, making your ass miss, making your ass pay. That's what Devin, and when Devin is, like I say in all my videos, when Devin really mentally mature and get out of that stage of, I want to show a motherfucker I got power and I can knock you out like you can knock me out, man, he gonna be a bad motherfucker. He gonna be even better than what he is, because now he's sticking to his game plan, and now y'all got to try to force him to get out of this shit. If they can't force you to get out your game plan, you don't get out your game plan for them. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you crack their ass and hurt them, then I got this bitch now. Or if you see that he getting frustrated and things of that nature to where you feel like, okay, he hit me with his best shot, it ain't really shit. All right, then I might take a chance down the stretch store, walking your ass down and try to fuck you up and get you up out of there. But if you in that motherfucker and you in and out, you make this motherfucker miss, making them pay, you looking good, you stick to that shit all the way through. That's why Floyd might go, because nobody's going to get Floyd out his game plan. Nobody. I don't give a fuck what no crowd say or nobody else.
And that's why I said that. Like, man, he got to fight his fight and not the fight, because he get caught up fighting the fight. You know what I mean? And it's too much room for error. Like,
Shakur, you can't get Shakur to get out his game plan. Shakur fight his fight every fight, like it or not. Well,
exactly.
Leave out with the W. Devin got to keep that left hand up. That's the only thing I hope they worked on, that fucking left hand. That's the only thing to worry about. Because George Kambosos, he gonna come with that overhand right. That's it.
And that was my thing. What if he take that
mental? I love Dev's mental going into this fight. He looked like he not letting none of that shit get to him. Like he's like Money alluded to earlier. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my dad ain't here. Shit, I'm good. My dad can't get in there and fight for me. You feel me? I like his mental. He looked very confident. He's not letting this shit get to him. And you could tell. Like, I could tell when somebody nervous and they putting on the act trying to front like they confident. But nah, that ain't him. Dev is very confident and he locked in and he focused. That's what I do love when I see Dev. Like he locked in, he focused, and he not letting none of these things get to him. You know what I'm talking about? And my man Cedric Smith, he back in that super chat. He says, Dev never showed his real power in none of the fights. So he could get the fight and still couldn't he said he never showed none of his powers, none of his power in none of the fights, so he could get the fights and still couldn't. He says, I never changed game plan. He going to fight, he going to finally show his power. Watch. So he think that Dev gonna go in there and finally show, like, hey, I really do got power. This what I do when I sit down on my shots. And he's saying that he think that Dev was kind of trying to disguise some of his, abilities so he could get the big fights, but he still couldn't get them.
Yeah, I disagree with that, man. I understand your logic of where you're trying to come from, and no knock to what you're thinking, but that's not true at all, fam. Devin is Devin. He's still a young man. He's growing into what he's gonna be. Sometimes these fighters just be blessed with power. Sometimes you're blessed with it. Sometimes you're not. You can work your ass off and gain a little bit more power with the way you throw your punches and catch a motherfucker with the torque you get on it, with the right punches, hit motherfuckers on the right spot. You hit anybody on the right spot. Like they say, with 5 pounds of pressure, you'll knock their ass out. So it's just about punch placement, bro. But I don't think Devin is that type of just one hitter quitter type of fighter. You got some fighters that can do it, some fighters that can break your ass down, get you out there. You just got some skillful fighters that can outwork your ass and make you look better. And that's Devin Haney. And at times when you're throwing punches at motherfucker, you hit them X amount of times, you catch him on a sweet spot, you knock their ass out. Before saying he wasn't showing his powers in certain fights, no, he tried to do that. And that's where he was tripping at, and that's why he was getting hit. But once he go out there, he just used his game plan and go out there and outbox him, motherfucking look good. That's Devin Haney, bro. That's always been Devin Haney, and that's gonna be his style, and that's gonna show in the fight. So
And he
we'll
he
see.
got to be great for 12 rounds. He know the
Saturday
magnitude
coming.
of this fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Devin been wanting this. This what he wanted, bro. Like this what he wanted. Like Devin been trying to get a big fight. That's what I told you. Him, Benavidez, and Demetrius Andrade. I give him all credit, but Dev been wanting this fight, and you think he looking at Shakur Stevenson do his thing, become unified champion. You think he looking at Tank doing this thing, Earl Spence doing this thing, and he about to come up short? No, sir. Devin not about to come up short, bro. They thrive off all that shit, bro. That shit is motivation to them. They want to show that they're a bad motherfucker. And Devin is elite. George Kambosos is not elite to me. He's a good fighter. He's on that. He can, like I said, if you sit down and fight with him, like Teofimo Lopez did, you sit down and fight with him, you gonna give him an opportunity. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? He can fight, but skill wise and boxing wise, he can't fuck with Devin Haney.
Yeah, man, I agree. I agree, Money. I think that Dev is not a knockout artist, right? You know what I'm saying? I think that he's tried to show that he could knock his opponent out. Because at one point people were saying, "Oh man, Dev is boring. Dev ain't," and so Dev was trying to show, okay, I could be an exciting fighter, and he stepped it up. In the first fight that we really seen him step it up was the Linares fight. But he stepped it up in a way to where he showed that he could be exciting to where he ain't even got to get the knockout, right? He could be aggressive. He could be very active, and he can show you that he got all the tools in the bag, and he don't need to try to go for the knockout to do all of that. And I think that's the Devin Haney that he needs to be, right? He don't need to try to go in there and knock out George Kambosos and do shit that he's not. I think that he needs to stick to his game plan. Stick to being the superb boxer that you are. You know what I'm saying? He top A+ level boxer. He needs to realize that unless it's just ultimately necessary, I don't have to do no more than outbox your ass.
And the
But
more
in
you
this fight,
outbox,
but in this fight, he gonna have to outbox George Kambosos every second of every round. He can't take no rounds off, and he can't take no time off because they looking for any little thing that they can to give the round to George Kambosos, and he can't get that to them.
Well, they
but the
don't.
more he outbox him,
So,
the more he will do uncharacteristic action. He'll have uncharacteristic actions, man. He'll start lunging out, start selling out, and then that's when you will know. Yeah, I mean, that's when you will know that he done did his thing. So, like Money say, if he can do that for 9 rounds 10, 11, 12. You understand? Them opportunities will present themselves for him to stop this fight.
Now, how many people gonna be in that stadium?
Oh, that bitch gonna be packed. Like
They,
Who the
they
pressure
say
gonna
50,
be on?
they say
Because you got
50,000.
60.
that
Let's see
bitch gonna be packed, bro.
60,000. Let's say
Yeah.
60,000 in that stadium, and you in both fighters for both fighters. Both fighters ain't never fought a fight of this magnitude with these many fans, diehard boxing fans that's getting a big fight like this in their country for the first time in years. You come out and you look around and you see all of these fans screaming to the top of their lungs. Who is that going to affect most? That all of this has an element to do with the fight. All of this can affect you in the fight. Who is that going to affect the most?
One thing
You
we
heard what
know is
Caleb
Devin.
Plant said. Caleb Plant basically said, like, shit, I wouldn't prepare for that shit.
Yeah, but your man is a bitch though.
Yeah. But if you keep his ass, like, that's one thing you gotta do, silence the crowd. You know what I'm saying? That's how we'll know. That's how we'll know. Like,
Well, I'm
they gonna be
saying
yelling.
George Kambosos too.
Yeah.
That could
No,
affect him because he now
exactly.
he got
That's an added
60,000
pressure.
people cheering for him, right? And they're expecting him. They're expecting
Uh-huh.
him to bring it home. That's
Facts.
pressure on who. So I'm asking, who is that going to have the
Oh,
most effect on in the ring?
you saying them coming out starting off or some shit, huh?
They
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
think Kambosos.
like
I feel
just
like they both professionals to the point to where I don't know if it's like it could have an effect, but like I said, at the end of the day, both of them has been doing this for a while to the point to where, yes, it's gonna be a bigger capacity of people doing this, but at the end of it's just me and you inside that square circle. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's some people do. We'll see the mental toughness out of both of them dudes and see who is it affecting. But I think as the fight goes on, that's when we can really gauge and see if it's fucking with somebody or not. Because if Devin going out there doing what I think he gonna do, then them motherfuckers gonna be quiet. Them motherfuckers gonna be quiet. He gonna silence the crowd. But if it's any little nick and knack that George Kambosos do, right, they gonna be up and cheering for him on every little thing that he do, because it's the home crowd, and that's a lot of motherfuckers out there. Just like Kell Brook with Earl Spence. But as long as you can silence them motherfuckers, that gonna speak volumes. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like you say, Key, we never seen neither one in this type of environment to see if it affect them or not. You know what I'm saying? So both of them motherfuckers have tunnel vision and go out there and just focus on one another, be professionals, and understand is what we do inside the ring. Them motherfucking fans ain't fighting for you. So we'll be able to engage that as the fight go on.
that's not
Yeah,
gonna
right, right.
affect them fighters, bro.
And I
None. And I'm
shit.
why it ain't gonna affect them. First of all, George Kambosos been on the road and been the underdog at damn near every fight until this one. He been on the fucking road overseas. Devin got international experience, same as I told y'all before. The Canelo fight money. Uh uh that Bivol got fucking international experience. They've been fucking booed in places that Devin used to have to, when he turned pro. He had to go down in Mexico. He was getting booed there. None of that shit gonna fucking bother him. Them dudes got tunnel vision. It ain't gonna affect neither one of them, in my opinion. I don't think, because they both got international fucking experience. Devin done been overseas fighting as an amateur and all of this shit. He fought down in Mexico. This shit ain't gonna bother him. That dude is so focused right now to punish George Kambosos for all the shit that done happened with his dad, how the fucking negotiations went. I gotta come here and fight you twice. This is really showing how much this dude really want to fuck this dude up and take them belts. So I'm sure Devin's gonna be focused, not worrying about that shit, and it ain't gonna bother Kambosos because he at home and he done been on the fucking road for 6 years. So I don't see it.
I think it's gonna fuck with him, and I think that I don't say that I think it's gonna fuck with him or having an impact on the fight, but I don't know, man. Kambosos, like y'all say, he been fighting on the road. This is his first time fighting at home. That's added pressure, man. If you tell me that ain't gonna put no pressure on you in round 7, 8, 9, when they telling your ass, you understand? And then from Devin perspective, shit, you gonna have a lot. All of them fans gonna be for him, for Kambosos. So every little time that he respond, and we seen how he respond with these 2 and 3 punch combos, where you understand if Devin ain't there, that's gonna add more pressure for him. Shit, you understand? And then Devin got to be mentally tough enough to realize I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I got to do. Fuck what the crowd yelling about, because they gonna yell every time he raises his hand. Shit. So
Hey man, the daughter man found he said some shit that had me cracking up right now. I ain't gonna lie. Talking
I
about
seen that shit,
500
King.
Mexicans in the bar won't compare to 60,000 Aussies. Hey,
That shit ain't gonna
hey,
bother
he
me.
right though.
you do got a
Yeah,
point
I
though,
think, man.
daughter, for real. Like we talking about what they were fighting, you know what I'm saying, in venues to where there's probably, 100 motherfucking Mexicans in there. You can't compare that to 60,000 motherfuckers screaming to the top of their lungs, drunk as fuck, you know what I'm saying, acting a goddamn
Soccer
fool.
player watching motherfuckers, King.
Yeah, you
You
can't
know they
compare
got
it
them soccer rants.
to them 100 motherfuckers in tier 1 that was watching too. Like that's a whole different ball game. So I mean, we sitting up here saying, "Oh man, that ain't gonna affect them." We don't know.
Yeah,
You don't know how this
bullshit.
is gonna
We
affect
gonna
them
see.
until you walk out and you got 60,000 motherfuckers, and you look around and you in the fucking stadium and you look around like, God damn,
That's what I say. We go.
this shit is lit. Some,
Yeah.
but and let me say this: some, right? Some fighters, it affect them in a good way because some fighters and some performers, just whatever you perform at, right? They get off on that shit, right? That shit make them perform even better, right? And some people, they get anxiety, they freeze up. So we don't know. We don't know, but we gonna find out. We definitely gonna find out come this Saturday and it's Sunday in Australia, right? Saturday in America, Sunday in Australia. But all in all, once you know what I'm saying, once the fight get to popping, and once you know what I'm saying, they didn't went through like 3 rounds, they tune all that shit out anyway. You know what I'm saying? It might affect them early, but once you locked in, you tuning out all that shit out. But man, I'm getting ready to we getting ready to wrap it up. Y'all hit the like button. If you in the building still and ain't hit the like button, smash on the like button. It's free. Hit the like button. But man, I'm gonna go around the panel. I'm gonna get y'all last words before we shut it down. Let me see. My man W Right Side, man. Let me get your last words before we get up out of here.
King, man, great show as always, bro. Always love to rock with you. Man, hey, Dev, he gonna go do his thing this week, man. I think that at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to the mental toughness of Devin Haney, and if he can perform like we know he can, I think he goes out. He watches Kambosos, and then we'll look to see what happens. We'll look to see what the judges do. But hey, man, appreciate you letting me up to rock with you. Salute to the panel, man. Much love to all y'all brothers. I'm out, and I'll catch y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh, Let me see. Money, let me get your last words and let everybody know what you got going on.
Man, what's going down with everybody? Everybody, shouts out to everybody, man. Y'all continue to support. Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a fight Saturday, man. Devin coming to do his thing to snatch them scraps. I was over here thinking, like, just because they want to play games, if I become undisputed, whatever titles out there that I need to drop, not to fight George Kambosos in a rematch, I'll drop them motherfuckers. To be real with you, like y'all telling me I gotta whip this motherfucker ass one time, come down here through all this shit, and then I gotta come back in a rematch and do it all over again. Nah. Especially if I go out here and wash his ass, I'll drop whatever titles and keep two of them motherfuckers and come on home and do my thing at home and just make him look like an asshole. You feel me? Go fight for a vacant title if you got to, bitch. I'm still gonna be Devin Haney with 2 belts, or even if I had 4 belts. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll see though, but I'm riding for Devin 120. I think he go out there and do his thing against George Kambosos. And I just want to see all them odds just that they try to put against him, work in his favor. So, we'll see the fight coming up. But y'all follow me on Monty Brown TV. Y'all know where I'm at, man. I ain't got nothing really going down. I'm gonna try to go live tonight. I'm using my damn sister Wi-Fi, but they come and hook my damn cable and Wi-Fi back up tomorrow. So shit, nigga be back up and running tomorrow. So y'all come rock out with me tomorrow, man. And we go have the fight jumping. If y'all need somewhere to watch the fight, Monty_the writer. Y'all continue to support my brother Key, support my brother OTB, and it's all love, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And y'all make sure y'all on the lookout for Money Brown TV. And then my man, coach, man, let him know, coach. What's your last words, coach?
I got Devin Haney over everybody at 135. And he going out there, I want him to go and make a statement and beat this dude up, him and his racist ass wife, and be done with this shit. And come home to a hero's welcome. So that's all I got to say, bro. I got Dev, bro. I hope Dev go out there and punish this dude, bro. That dude is trash, bro.
Straight like that, Jack.
Devil.
What's up, coach?
And let me say this, Key. And I'm working on Earl Spence for Friday, y'all. Earl checking this shit. He gonna see what's up with it. So Friday, man, we might have EJ in the house, y'all.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, money. Okay,
that shit
big
finna
bro.
be big. That shit finna be big.
Yeah.
Big dog shit.
Y'all go ahead on,
yes.
bro. As always.
Yes, sir.
Y'all keep on supporting my boys, man. All three of my partners on here, so y'all keep supporting them, bro.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, coach.
Y'all tomorrow, brothers.
Yes, sir.
Right, brother.
OTB, let me get your last words, man. Let everybody know what you got going on, OTB.
Yeah, man. First of all, salute my brothers up here, man. Y'all threw me in the jungle with a phone. I came out with leopard drawers on and a mink coat. You feel me? But man, on a brighter note, man, with Bill not going, I mean, we parents for the decisions our kids make when we ain't around. And it's always special when you get to watch your kids stand in his own, in his own laces off his own accomplishments. So that's really what I'm really looking forward to. I've watched Devin since he was almost 7, 8, 9 years old. And you always see Bill there. So to see Devin step in his own shoes, you understand, and step in that light by itself is gonna be special. But get the OTB boxing class 1-on-1. Appreciate all the success, everybody who done been a part of the success, man. We deeply appreciate it, man. We big cooking. Shout outs to Devin Alexander. We gonna have Bread Man checking in with us. All the trainers who want to talk they shit. Y'all get the OTB boxing class. We gonna get y'all on light, man. Get y'all flyers and what y'all put into the sport. We appreciate it. And man, get there. We definitely working. We on Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk. I know we gonna have 2 shows this week. I'll let y'all know what days. Probably Wednesday and Friday this week we gonna be cooking. Then my show's gonna be Tuesday and Thursdays, 9 o'clock. We on Thursdays after Knockout Boxing. I know that. And then we gonna do Friday. We got my big brother from Ohio run boxing. Friday's gonna be Ohio's day in boxing. So we got a show for y'all on Friday too. We still trying to arrange the times, but we working.
Yes, sir. And make sure that y'all go sub to our OTB boxing class 101. Make sure that y'all go sub to OTB, man. He over there putting in work for show. Support him, support Money Brown TV, and y'all already know how I do, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Another great show. Salute to my man, the OG Flawless Mentality BE, hosted by Dr. Mark Stearns. And y'all make sure that y'all go sub to him, you know what I'm saying, to get some meat on your brains. But all in all, hit the like button. Great show. I appreciate everybody in here. We will be back, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all.